Give the people what they want. Hey, evening, everybody. Cheers and good tidings from here in snowy Tennessee and snowy Ohio. Coffee cheers.
Coffee cheers first, yes.
Whiskey cheers. Hope everybody's doing great and staying warm.
Still Austin cheers. That is right.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why we decided to go ahead and do this tonight.
Yeah,
Dusty is traveling for Barrels for Hope pick.
Yeah.
I know Marty is live, so make sure you go hit that like button.
Telling me sucks.
Darren and Bill are live as well over on the Average Drinker, so make sure you go give them some love. But yeah, just wanted to hop on for a little bit and kind of discuss, what's coming up with Still Austin. It kind of fell into our laps quickly after the K-Luke release.
Yeah.
So
that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had no idea it was that going to be that quick. So let me sort it up here.
Yeah. And then
so there you have it.
Glorious.
So it exists, everybody. 7 years, 110 proof. And then put a sticker back here. But this is the collab pick between Hello Again Whiskey Friends, Dusty Dan, Drifting Drams, and Trev the Bourbon Wrench.
Yeah, so that'll be coming out here in the next week or so, I think. Hopefully.
Yep. Next week and a half.
Yeah. But we picked that one back in September, had a great time in Austin while we did it with Nancy. Nancy was there with us going through, and look at that color. That color is dark, dense. Let me solo you again. Yeah. So just a hint darker than some Still Austins.
Well, the crazy thing is we had two front runners, and it was that one, which is a 7+ year, and a freaking 3 year.
Yeah.
And they were our top two, right? It was just nuts the difference in those two barrels, despite the fact that one was literally twice as old.
Yeah. So I will say hey real quick while we go through stuff. Sugar Kitty was in here first.
Yep.
And then,
multitasking.
Yeah.
That's just what I call life.
Right. Then cheers, Kristen. Hope you're doing well.
Yep.
Travis. Top Dog.
No, both of those guys are cold.
Yeah, they are definitely cold. We got Ed in here. Slapshot. Run through this quickly. Tom Shanley. 21090, Joe the Sample Guy, William, all sorts of people coming into the chat. So let us know what you're drinking in chat, and we'll keep talking about Still Austin here.
Yeah, so we started with the glass with because we obviously don't have our Still Austin yet, but this is the red corn from summer of 23, and bottled and bond, of course, 100 proof, and it is a spicy meatball. It makes me think of some of the French oak bottles that we've had.
Cheers, Lance.
Yep.
Cheers, Eric.
Yeah,
John.
Cheers, y'all.
Hazmat rare character.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's,
okay.
Man.
This one's interesting too. A Leaper's Fork Lost Lantern.
Okay.
Very nice.
That's surprising. Lost Lantern finds some amazing barrels.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Chai and cherry Pez.
So when did you get yours, Jeff? You got it, what, on Saturday?
I got it on Saturday. There was a near freak out. So I definitely owe my neighbor. But Dana was getting her nails done, and something about the timing didn't quite work. So she was like, hit me up last minute. She's like, Jeff, I need you to go pick up the kids like right now because I'm not going to make it. So I was like, okay. And got ready, was getting out the door. And that's when Dan sent the picture of his bottle. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are already on the way. And then I like looked it up and the UPS truck was a block away from my house while I'm driving away. And then I'm just imagining that truck getting stuck because of Snowmageddon here. So I'm like, I need that bottle. If that bottle doesn't come now, I don't know when I'm going to get it. And Dana had the forethought of calling our neighbors up who like went down the street and like chased down the UPS guy and just told him he was me and got it and brought it to our house. So I came that close to who knows when getting it as well.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome. I'm glad he was able to do that for you.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you have neighbors that can help you out with signature required packages.
oh yeah.
So
But yeah, I know you're gonna have to live vicarious through me. Do you have that sample? Do you have the sample?
mm-mm.
Nope.
No, yeah.
I think okay, so Darrell and I were both talking about this. Darrell is head over heels. Were you on that live with Darrell and Dan? Apparently they were going crazy for it.
Yeah, we were doing
Yeah.
kind of like a little private get together talking about it.
Yep.
He's been texting me all weekend about it, but I think it's both for Darrell and I one of our all-time favorites. So we'll lay that out there. So that's next to the Old Dom, the Sergeant Slaughter Weeder. And I even one point was like, Darrell, I almost feel like if you blended the Divine Dram and the Sergeant Slaughter Weeder together, you'd end up somewhere close to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking about the Divine Dram the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, as it should be, but man, that's high praise for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hell of a pick and a hell of a bottle too. Very excited to get it back in our hands and get it out to everybody.
I just remember it was like in a different league of the picks. Like it didn't have a Still Austin vibe at first. It had more of that like old school MGP, like that old school era, like raspberries and dark red fruits.
Yeah, and for anybody who's not intimately familiar with Still Austin, yes, it is made in Texas, but it is not your typical Texas whiskey.
Mm-mm.
Don't think about it as being it's going to be an over oaked monster, especially at 7 years old. Like, yes, it's super dark. It is not over oaked. It absolutely is not. It's decadent and complex and balanced. It is as far from Texas whiskey as you could imagine.
Cheers, David. And Simon.
Cheers, guys. But yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nuts. But I think it's also off profile for Still Austin though. Being one of those older barrels, right? That's not what we're getting for the most part from them. We're getting 4 and 5 year old barrels from them normally. And so a 7 year, it breaks the mold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that one. The bib.
Yeah.
I was doing a little bit of comparison to this one because I just did the tasting note video for next Monday. Definitely some similarities in the fruit profile between these two, but the oak profile is like nowhere close. Like ours is 7 years going on 12 years compared to the Bottle and Bond.
Wow.
So that's the exciting part of it. It's really the oak profile, I think, is the standout signature of this particular single barrel.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's good.
No, I mean, I was just gonna answer David. Yeah, it's a 7 year and a couple months, right?
Yep, 7 year, 4 months.
Yeah. So that'll be coming in the next couple weeks from us. Trev, Dusty, Hello Again Whiskey Friends. So just be on the lookout for that. That's crazy though. So what are your first impressions on the nose? Like what's really standing out to you?
That sweet oak again. I mean, I know we talked about this quite a bit when we were with Nancy. Like it always reminds me of a dusty profile, like something from 20 years ago, 30 years ago versus what we get now, especially at that age statement. But behind that sweet oak is this whole medley of fruits, dark cherry, raspberries, blueberries, but then there's even like tangerine sweetness going on, like citrus going on. So once you sit with it long enough, the rye spice starts coming through too. So you get the white pepper, you get a little bit of clove, you get that rye spice. And then by the end of it, I start thinking about like chocolate muffins and sprinkled in powdered sugar. So it's got this like whole balance of fruit, the spice, the oak, the savory notes, the sweet notes. I mean, I'm just all over the board on it when it comes to the nose. I think the nose and mid palate are actually the strongest part, and they pretty much mirror each other in those descriptions.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see what scar. Oh, I've heard the green corn is very interesting. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's Darrell.
Yeah, Darrell. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Do you have any Still Austin left?
No, I don't actually. It's all gone.
It looks like we're in similar parts of the bottle.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You must have hit it, Darrell, because that bottle kept tipping up on you the other night.
Yeah. That stream. Little pours, but I had like probably 4 of them when we were talking.
You're going to have to hide that one.
Yeah, I need backups.
And I think, are we locked in on a price point on that one? Right?
$79.99.
Yeah. So a really good price for Still Austin single barrels. It's going to be exclusively through Shared Pour. So yeah, it was a great price on, again, an almost 7.5 year Still Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we've seen Still Austin picks go from 75 to 90,
and maybe a little more than that sometimes.
And maybe, but most of them have been in that range. So it's nice to see it toward the lower to that range, especially for a 7.5 year, even by the $10 per year value statement we all like to go by. It's still a solid value,
Oh yeah.
And like you said, Jeff, it drinks way, way above its age, and it's about its proof too, I believe.
Darrell and I haven't talked tasting notes, so I don't know if he heard anything I said. Hopefully not. We'll see what he thinks as we get into this too.
I think you're muted.
Yep. You're muted, Darrell, if you actually are talking to us. I don't know if you're talking to somebody else. There you go.
I'm trying to figure out why I look overexposed on my end, but I don't know. These lights are like overly bright today, it seems like.
You look fine, and the Barbie playground looks great in the background.
Hey, Vic.
I have no place to put it as Zoe goes over there to see what's happening. You were asking if I heard you talking about your tasting notes?
Yeah, you and I haven't exchanged tasting notes yet, so I'm not going to say anything now. I've already kind of given my loose description of it. I'm going to wait for you.
I think I talked about it quite a bit. You weren't on that stream now.
Right.
I could probably dive back into it. I just, like, it's everything I remember from tasting in Austin, just that super off profile vibe, which I don't want to say. Hold on 1 second, sorry.
So probably a week or two, Lionel.
Yeah.
I'd guess.
Probably next Wednesday, I think, is the target. The only thing we're battling is the snow, getting it into people's hands. We can get the tasting note, get the website together. But look for communications from everybody. I would circle February 4th based on where we are trying to get the preview bottles to everybody.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Cheers, Tim.
Cheers, Tim. Yeah, as you were talking about the weather, I'm looking at my phone and it says 9 degrees.
Yeah, it's probably about that here too. It was horrible here today. Actually, it's 25. I guess warm considering.
Yeah.
We got buried though, dude. Oh my god. Had snow almost to the roof of my car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I guess it drifted that way because we didn't have that true accumulation. But I went out there to freaking shovel my car up, and it was granted my car's not super high, but I was like, holy crap, it's literally almost all the way up to the roof.
Cheers, Peter.
0 degrees.
Zero.
That's nuts, man.
Yep, 0.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
super rough profile.
It's gonna be that way every night this week, drifting into the negatives.
Oof.
Oh my god.
So those snowbanks ain't going anywhere for a while.
No,
No, they're gonna stiffen
they're
up.
gonna become harder and harder.
Mm-hmm.
It smells so good.
Yeah, the dogs were actually happier today. It got cold enough overnight that that everything actually froze, so they can walk on it again.
They're not sinking. It's really funny to watch them sink in it.
Oh, the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like they don't know what to do.
This was her first snow, and like she didn't know what to do at first.
Yeah.
It was almost as tall as her. Jaden was like, "Well, I don't know where she can go pee." I'm like, "It's not going to be in the house, so you got to figure it out outside."
Yep.
63. 51. Get out of here.
And he's probably like, it's a chilly 51.
Right. That's what Ed would be saying if he was on. He's like, "Oh, I had to put a long sleeve shirt on."
Probably.
So as Darrell's thinking about tasting notes, I'll let you tell the story, Ethan and Katie. Why cave whiskey? What's the story behind the cave whiskey?
No, that's you.
Okay. So we're, going through these rig houses and stuff like that with Nancy and the team from Still Austin. And we get in one rig house and there's a barrel and it's covered in little kids' drawings, right? And so it's like stick figures and all sorts of stuff. So we were having a good old time and talking about caves and trolls, and decided cave whiskey was an appropriate name for it after a few of the stories that were shared. But the drawings on the barrel were pretty adorable. Y'all can elaborate, but that was...
Are you purposely avoiding watching Christian and Nancy dance around like trolls when they imagine aging whiskey in a cave?
Yeah, it was pretty epic. Plus, the thief looked like a sword. So, yeah, you can just imagine the shenanigans that were going on.
Like Sting.
Yeah, like Sting. But yeah, Christian had the thief that had like a little handle so it didn't slide in the barrel, and it looked like a sword. And they were dancing around. It was great. We felt it was appropriate. 22. Oh yeah. Cheers, OH.
OH.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
And T-Rob. And then here. Yeah, all right.
OH sent me like an entire dissertation on the K. Luke pick.
Oh, he did. Oh, yeah. Are people finally getting in hand and such?
Yeah,
Yep. People started getting them in hands this weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't
Mine
wait
got
for
delayed.
people to... Yeah. Can't wait to hear people's thoughts on that one too. It's a pretty special one as well. But
We got Jonathan on this Wednesday too.
oh, y'all do? Okay. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, mine originally said a Tuesday delivery. Maybe it gets pushed back to Wednesday, and it still kind of works out, which would be nice. Kind of taste of it again.
We've delayed until Wednesday. Yeah, with the weather, it's nuts.
Yeah, things gonna be hosed for quite a while.
While Darrell's getting into this, Still Austin, like there's a couple more on the horizon. We have another Copper and Cask coming out with Vic and Dusty and Marty called Layaway. It's another MGP. Then there's Silver Springs, which will be probably not
Supposed to
long
be
follow.
February.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's the Jacks. and a Bull Run with Vic and Baker Drinks collab as well on that one, which is awesome. I don't think, I mean, and then Old Dom in March to go to, but
we got a lot of stuff in the works coming out. Like, actually, more so coming out than in the works, but
Yeah.
it's going to be nonstop. It's like a pick every other month, probably. That's going to be releasing.
yeah, David, last week with all the orders, I knew what was on the horizon for snow, so I think everything got out by Thursday to ensure that there was no issues.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we got mail at all this week.
Which would be unfortunate. But it's okay. Fine.
Man. So next,
All right, being snowed in, everything just slowed down a little bit. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
well, I mean, the good or bad thing, depending on how you look at it, is I work from home, so it's just another day for me, you know. The good thing is I'm still getting paid and everything. The bad thing is I don't get a snow day, so
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
Hi, Navia. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Did you have fun in the snow?
No.
They
No?
went yesterday. They played in the snow yesterday, not today.
Yeah.
She over there lying. Oh, Kara got jealous.
Hey, Kira.
Came running. Go finish your food now, please. If Kai was up there, he would have made a beeline this way too.
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
This is the Nancy Fraley pick of Still Austin Bourbon from June of 23.
Oh, that's the blueberry one.
It's the
Oh, the blueberry.
one. It's
Yep.
the one that we
Blueberry.
saw.
That was my favorite until I had this one.
Yep.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yep.
That was really good, and I killed that just as fast as I've killed this.
Right?
What a pair of cuties. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, they keep
Got
me
the
in my
Barrels for
clothes.
Hope one here. That one's 3 years.
I
Oh,
was
yeah. That one.
comparing that, I think, on the stream with you guys with the Turks, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good. But when you put it up against this, like, even though I wouldn't say that tastes like it's 2 years old, right? This makes it taste like it's 2 years old. Like, like you'll drink that on its own, and you're like, oh yeah, it's probably like a 5-year-old whiskey. Oh, that's Katie.
Yeah, it's that oak profile.
Ethan. You remember Katie and Ethan.
I was comparing it a bit to the Schwartz earlier this weekend too. And it's got similar fruit profiles again. I keep finding that fruit profile, but everything else in ours is something else.
Yeah, I get the fruit too. But like it's just like I was explaining to you in text, like it just comes across as like elite quality from them. Like if they were to ever put one out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody's calling me. Sorry.
Yeah. It's definitely off profile. Again, you don't see their barrels getting 7 years old normally. They're pulling them before then, but this one just happened to get there, right? Whatever magic caused it to not go too far on oak and can stay in the single barrel program until 7 years.
Yeah.
Just our good luck, our fortune.
Well, because I think they are trying to get like all the Nancy picks, all the distillery picks. Like they're progressively getting older on releases. But I don't know of any single barrels,
Ooh.
that groups have done that have been that old. Like
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any.
Yeah, I'm sure there are one or two here and there, but yeah, none that we've heard of. And yeah, I mean they are working to get their whiskey older, but they're doing that right by going to a little bit smaller barrels. So they're going that route, but this is not a smaller barrel. This is a regular 53-gallon barrel, but it's 7 years and 4 months.
So which one did you just?
Oh, this is a wild experience. I'm comparing the Blueberry Nancy single barrel to our single barrel. And the interaction between the two on the nose totally changed the profile of ours.
Huh.
And it's like blueberries on Nancy's and then raspberries on ours, like we were saying before.
Yeah, so those those darker red fruits as opposed to the
Yeah.
blueberries and blackberries.
Oh, that's wild. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that pick is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody,
Yeah.
if for some reason you're in or around Austin and you haven't made the pilgrimage to Still Austin, you got to go, especially at the beginning of the month when they put out her picks.
Yeah.
The bourbons and the ryes, both. They're fantastic.
Sugar Kitty's trolling you already, Jeff. What does the blend taste like?
All right, the blend. All right, let's see.
And how much cardboard is on it.
Oh, man.
Try to do 50-50 here. Yeah,
Nope.
more like 60-40.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right.
Let me get one more real quick. Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, what you doing?
Shut up, Ethan.
Oh, those blend, gosh, the fruits. They blend marvelous. The oak, that is the standout note of our single barrel, dissipated in the blend. It didn't carry through in the blend. It's just all the fruits.
So Todd, you missed the original run, but now they're talking about the blend of this one and then the old Nancy pick from 23.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Darrell's not listening anyway. He's on the phone. So I'm
Yeah.
waiting for Darrell to give his unique tasting notes too. But for me, it really does check every box on the flavor wheel. I think the standout note is the sweet oak. That's going to be the thing that's like 7 years going on to 12 years. I still call it like a dusty type of sweet oak. So something of a different era. That's my highlight. That's my favorite note. But then there's chocolate cake or chocolate muffins. There's this whole fruit range that goes from cherries to raspberries to blueberries to tangerines to lemon. So you kind of get that whole flavor wheel on the fruits. And then it's got all this nice spice too. White pepper, rye spice, clove. So as I'm trying to pick this one apart, like I just go nonstop on it. It's only 110 proof too. So it's actually got a lighter profile in that sense, but it is oily for being 110. So I was doing a comparison to the Bottle and Bond earlier, just to try to see the similarities there, because they're only 10 proof points off. But the fruit profiles are kind of similar, but once again, that oak profile just kills it.
Hell yeah, man.
Chocolate muffin fruit range. Yes. Still talking about whiskey.
Oh man, back to whiskey. Sheesh.
Oh man, that's crazy.
All right, Darrell heard nothing of me, so now we get to hear his notes.
No, I didn't hear any. I had it muted right now too. Just talking to the wife like she's pulling another double like a maniac. Like just crazy. So yeah, I was writing notes. So nose for me, I said dark, rich, funky oak, citrus, comes across older for sure. Balance, I get a little cherry sweetness mix in there, but it still reminds me of like that old school, like MGP. Like it doesn't nose like a Still Austin to me. I put this side by side, like I told you, with the Divine Dram, and there's similarities on the nose as well with that. It's just super dense, right? Palate pretty much is all of what you expect from the nose to be. Like similar flavors, dark, rich, a little bit of that berry, that cherryness. I still get a little bit of citrus, but not as much. I get more on the nose than I do on the palate once tasting it. But yeah, it's just super viscous, coats the mouth nice. It just gives you that LE vibe, right? Like think of it like a good comparison would be regular Still Austin barrel picks versus, oh, actually, sorry, no, regular like Four Roses single barrel proofs up against like an LE in terms of like the mouthfeel, texture, and how the age comes across. And that's similar with this. Like you put up a regular Still Austin pick, then you taste this, and you're gonna be like, you can definitely tell it's older. You know, it just gives you that super balanced vibe. But like that's kind of like the best comparison because the barrel proofs from Four Roses are good, but when you taste a good LE, you're like, oh shit, okay, that's what Four Roses tastes like when it's aged older and blended nicely. Yeah, but this thing is just silly. Like they're just going insane with the dog right now.
Do you get chocolate notes, Darrell? So the one thing I was thinking about too was there's some notes on this that I associate more with a French oak finish than just a straight bourbon too. Like usually when I think about devil's food cake or chocolate muffins, devil dog cake, like something along those lines of chocolate, it's usually with French oak influence.
The chocolate that like and I actually wrote it in here, but I didn't really say it on the palate. Like when I think of Raisinets, I think of that type of vibe, but more with a strawberry instead of a raisin. It almost comes over like a chocolate covered strawberry instead of a chocolate covered raisin on the palate. I don't really get that on the nose, but the palate I can see that.
That's interesting.
We're pretty locked step on these notes for the most part.
Yeah.
Like there's not a whole lot of variance there.
No. I'm curious for Dan to dive into his, and then when Kelsey and Trev get theirs, you know, kind of if everybody is in lockstep.
Yeah, Dan, I was chatting with him because he was talking about it because he had it that day.
Yeah, he did.
I just remember him just loving it. And he said the old school MGP stuff too. Like it's just super off profile for Still Austin. Like you poured me this, there's absolutely no way I would have thought it was a Still Austin single barrel. Like
Right.
it wouldn't even come across my mind. Like it's so far from their standard profile to me. It's crazy. Mind, baby, mind. My mind.
Yeah, I think that's the bottom line here is that it just doesn't taste like Still Austin, right? I love Still Austin, but it doesn't taste like so.
Best of ways. The one thing, Darrell, I'm curious now as you're going through it, because we were talking a little bit about the finish. Like it has this nice long finish and it just kind of carries out at the same volume. But the one thing that as it's opened up and I've gotten more into it, what's interesting about the finish to me is that it actually brightens up on the tail end a significant degree. Like that sweet oak, it's there, but it kind of dissipates after mid palate. And man, do I get like a citrus blast, and the rye spice and like spice in general all of a sudden starts emerging on the finish. That's not there mid palate.
On the finish, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that same citrus punch. I think I actually said that earlier. But for me, and I was telling you, so the finish length is very long, which is surprising at that proof point. It just doesn't pack the punch. But with a whiskey like this, I don't think you honestly need it. Like, I don't really think it doesn't hurt it at all. But like I said, it kind of makes it come across more in that LE vibe. Like it's just way more balanced. The proof point fits it. It's still super viscous. The flavors sit on the tongue for minutes, you know, so it has a long finish. It just doesn't have a punchy finish. If that makes sense for people. Yeah, it's not going to blow you away. Blow your mind in terms of proof.
The volume of the flavors peaks mid palate, and then it just has this nice long crescendo as it like evens out towards the end.
Yeah, dude, this thing is
Crescendo. Good word, Jeff.
I pull them out every now and then. I've got like a list of words in front of me. I got a piece of paper. It's ChatGPT make me sound smart, and it gives me these words to say. Ethan,
I thought you had the word of the day: toilet paper.
What's up, Ryan?
Unfortunately for me, you know, Dana would probably be like, as often as he's in there, he's probably going through the whole thing every day.
Give me one quick sec. Be right back.
Guess I just gotta pull it.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, that's good. I can't wait to talk about that more once everyone gets their bottle. So, in general, everybody get the bottles to everybody through the snow this week so we can assemble tasting notes, get shared pour to put the link together. And then I do think we are headed towards a February 4th release. So mark your calendar on that one. I think this one's going to be hard to beat. You know, we keep kind of saying that with some of these, but this one probably is top 5, top 3.
Yeah. So much so that I can't wait to try it against this.
When did you get that?
Oh, Tanager.
Yeah.
So we'll have it for the when everybody's here in February too.
But yeah, you mentioned Still Austin SiB, and it doesn't get any better than this bottle here. And so I'm really interested to do those two blind and see which one I prefer.
Yeah.
She's cold.
Wow, that'll be a wild comparison too.
It will. It will be. Do we know approximate yield on the Still Austin?
132, if memory serves correctly.
Okay.
So kind of in the expected range. You know, I think I've seen more being around 150, 160 bottles, but also not surprised ours is a little short, considering the density of it with that mouthfeel.
What are they normally? Like, how many bottles typically for a Still Austin barrel?
I think it just depends on the age, right?
That's the thing. It's the age part of it. So I think when the Schwartz came out with the other one, I feel like the yields were about 180 or 170. Like those were bigger. And
I was thinking 180 to 200. That's what my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're talking about a 3 to 4 year old bottle versus a 7, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
That tracks.
How old was the Schwartz?
Don't know. Ours is in the other room.
5 years. I got it right here. I was just doing a comparison on that.
Which bottle
As I
is
said,
it?
The Mash and Journey one.
The Mash and Journey one. The fruit profile was very similar.
Yeah, we
so
missed
there's
out, but Vic gave us a bottle of it, so it was awesome.
This one's 5 years. Little under 5 years, 1 month shy.
Okay.
I think when they picked theirs was one of the oldest too. I think I remember.
Yeah, it was. Well, and they did 2 because they had 2 of them, right? That released at the
Bourbon
same
and a
time.
rye.
2 bourbons.
Yeah.
Bourbon.
You know, of all of the bottles, let's see, June. Oh, Nancy's blueberry pick is in the same month. Was laid down the same month as ours, but the Mash and Journey one is from 2019. The Barrels of Hope is 2020. So
the blueberry one's 2018.
it's the same month. It's only a week apart.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
shit, so same run. Ours is just old.
because they had just crossed into the 5-year mark when we bought them. I think
They're
Or 4 years.
11 days. They're 11 days apart.
Oh wow.
No.
Okay.
21 days.
Got
We don't let Jeff do math at this point.
it.
21 days.
I wish I still had that one.
Yeah.
Man. That damn thing was fantastic.
But again, the proof points on all of these are 116 to 119. It's like ours. That's probably what kept this one alive, Ethan, to your point, was kind of the lower proof point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one more
Blueberry vanilla bubblegum.
pour of this, and I'll switch to something else.
Yeah, right? Like,
So,
careful, Darrell. We need to make that thing last over the next week and a half.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it no more. I'm gonna give it to Benny tomorrow and tell her to just put it somewhere.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I don't know how you plan to do that, but hiding it's not the option.
Yeah, just put it somewhere.
I mean, speaking of hiding bottles, I mean, this is number 2.
That's number 2. What?
That's crazy.
There, Dana had some. I had some. We shared it with some guests that we had over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's number 2.
Man. Yeah, there's Marty in chat saying let's pour some K-Luke. Marty is live, everybody. Please go hit the thumbs up on him. Tell him we sent you. Say hey, and then y'all come back and keep talking about Still Austin with us. We'll open it up here in a little bit, and people can hop on. I know we have a couple people that are wanting to hang out.
A lot of people going live today. I seen Matt doing something today. Dara was, Women of Whiskey, Marty, like everybody.
And no Dan, so yeah.
Wow, that's
Oh man.
that tanager does not disappoint.
Oh, is that you just poured it?
Yeah, our pick's gonna have its hands full trying to beat that, but I'd say it's still got a shot. The texture on it.
I've still got half of our custom blend that I'll wait to the day I get to compare them.
Absolutely.
It's somewhere on this desk. But yeah,
Well,
that one
you'll
took a
at least
little nip.
put it in March, so
March or April. Take some home with you. Yeah, Ed has a bottle of tanager too. He was I think a couple weeks ago he gave some samples out on Vic's stream, Saturday night stream, to some lucky people and winners.
Nice.
yeah, it's man, and like after having talked to Nancy about this one so much, and basically just hearing her nerd out on the blending process, right? I get it. Like I feel like I can taste the petite O that she made. That it's like a blueberries and cream that goes bubblegum on the end, like that. But the texture stays, the flavor stays. Wow, that's yeah.
I don't know if I have the 210-90 pick still.
Oh gosh, ours is somewhere.
Yeah,
I think I killed that one not too long ago, unfortunately.
ours is somewhere, but
We still have it.
only the Lord Jesus knows where ours is.
I was looking for it.
That was the one with the Guns and was that the one with the Guns N' Roses sticker?
Am
I remember that right?
Was that
it was the very first pick that they did.
was that Guns?
Oh, it was the first
Or
one.
was the Guns N' Roses?
I thought the Guns N' Roses was the second. Maybe I'm wrong. If Todd is still here, he can correct us. Pour some Still Austin on me, I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
I think that was the first
That-
one.
That sounds like a Todd name right there.
Pour some Austin on me.
'Cause,
Todd dandy name. I love that.
Guns N' Roses is Corbin Cash.
Ah, okay. That's probably the one that I still have down here then.
Yeah, it was the person, whatever that was, that released during Jason's meetup.
It did.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Still Austin on me. Yeah, Still Austin.
Yeah, I don't have that one to compare to.
From what I remember of theirs, because we tried it that night when they had set up at Sagamore, because Todd and Andy also picked up our bottle for us since we were going to be up there anyways. But I remember it was like cream soda, like a vanilla cream soda.
Mm.
Dad, you told me to bring all in the door down.
It's
Yeah, and the barrel for Hopes is only 3 years. You getting into the tanager, Ethan?
yeah,
It's
trying to
cold,
warm
though.
it up. But yeah, I mean, it again, like it still baffles me how close we were to picking that 3 year.
Yeah, that thing was wild. That was a really good pick too. Single barrel though too.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But like this, yeah, this was just. I wouldn't even say it was miles better. It was better, but like I would have been happy with the other one. Well, if I didn't taste this one, right?
Right. Yeah.
I would have been
I
happy
think
with
the
that.
other one was punchier, and ours is more complex.
Yeah, I think ours was the lowest proof, and that was the highest proof in the youngest one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was locked in on Glass C. I mean, I just remember I'll always have that memory of like smelling it for the first time, and then in my mind just being like, please, please taste this way. Please, please taste this way. And then when it did, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was the same way as soon as I knows it. I was like, wait, this doesn't smell like Still Austin. What am I smelling right now?
It was really hard to taste through the other samples after it to like eliminate it. But they were all different, right? And then we got to that other one that Ethan was talking about, and it was like, oh, these shouldn't be this close, but it's really good. Like very different. But I think that's kind of the cool thing about like all the Still Austin picks within the Whiskey Tube community so far is they're all a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Not just in age, but like profiles too.
Yeah, this Barrels for Hope pick one for being 3 years is a fruit bomb.
Dude, I don't even think it's 3. I think I pulled it out and was doing the math. I think it was like 2 and change.
I mean, you're holding 17 days against me. I see how it is, Darrell. 17 days.
2 days. But yeah, like I pulled it. I was like, damn, like because I wouldn't, like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't think that's a 2-year-old whiskey. But our pick makes it taste young.
The 17 days are in my favor. No, they aren't. Yeah, it is off by 17 days. Darn it.
Yeah.
It is only 2 years.
No math.
I know. Well, now I'm just gonna mess with Darrell later when I give this to him in a blind and ask him to guess the age.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
When it happens, you deserve it, Darrell.
I'll hedge and say like 4 to 5.
I'll keep the point spread real tight.
1 point if you nail it, 0 points if you don't. Oh man.
I'm gonna drop the link real quick for anybody that wants to hop on in a few while we give kind of like final thoughts on Still Austin, and we can keep talking about it, but y'all come join us and tell us what y'all's favorite Still Austins have been.
Yep.
The main thing I've learned this weekend is that apparently I just need to make more videos in the snow.
They were a hit, right?
It's got 167,000 so far, and it just keeps growing.
Wow.
I gotta find a way to turn Instagram notifications off because I always get like a text message when people are doing stuff. Like they give me the alert, and I'm like, oh no, this is getting extreme.
Wait, you got 167,000 views on something?
So far.
On YouTube or Instagram?
Instagram.
What
it's been shared 4,600 times so far.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I was telling Dana not to get freaked out, but I'm going through the analytics, and typically 95% of our audience is male, but for whatever reason on that short, 40% is female. So I don't know what's resonating. It's the beard, I guess. I guess the beard is paying off finally. But
and 2,500 likes too.
Yeah, that's wild.
And Addie was laying in the snow next to me the whole time. Like, Dad, what are you doing? And I was like, I need you to not step on the snow in front of me because I need undisturbed snow so I can measure these bottles. And then she like sat there with me the whole time as we were recording that. And now she's like, what are the views up to? I was in that video. It's like, well, you weren't really in the video.
That's funny.
That's great.
167,000. About to go viral.
Yeah, that's what Eric is saying.
What are you guys doing over here? Oh my goodness. It is a madhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no school tomorrow. So,
But yeah, y'all jump on if y'all want to join. We appreciate y'all coming on for last minute Monday live, especially when there's lots of other folks on to listen about Still Austin and get excited just like we are for it. So if you want one, join one of our patron groups if you haven't already. Facebook for Jeff, Darrell, and Kelsey as well. We'll post it in a tier fashion so everybody gets a shot at it. Hopefully, I think there'll be enough bottles to go through the tiers, but
everybody will get a shot at it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
As this warms up,
We haven't discussed limits or anything. That's something we'll have to discuss on the side. Whether
yeah,
just let it fly or do limit to. I don't want to overhype and then not let enough go around.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, well,
Well-
especially since you're famous now.
It's all a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I don't know if the soccer moms that are liking this video are actually into the whiskey, Ethan. That's what I don't know how much that helps me.
True. Hey,
Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Y'all know how to sell some whiskey, boy.
Whiskey sells itself.
It's just
Yeah.
honest thoughts, man. That's all it is from us. That's the one thing. We'll never overly hype something if we truly don't think it's good. Actually, we wouldn't pick it if. I guess we'll never be in that boat. We'll never be in that boat because we're always gonna like it anyway for it to be picked. But
Yeah.
But some
Well, the
are
irony is that I think we'd be more likely to walk at a bigger distillery because they'd be more likely to not give us more options.
yeah.
And if one of the options is
I
not
agree
good,
with that.
then we're gonna walk, right?
Yeah.
Which sounds weird to say that we would be more likely to walk from a bigger distillery, but again, when their process is more rigid, we wouldn't have a choice if they didn't have it, right? Whereas at Great
Mhm.
River and some of these others, we've said, "Hey, you need to try something else," and they've gone, "Absolutely." And
Can you find a banger?
Well, it's also the ones you can talk to ahead of time. Like, here's our profile. Here's what we're looking for. All that pre-work can help too if people are willing to listen to you versus just being like, here they are, like pay us up front and just take your barrel. Like,
Yeah.
And that's the same thing, right? Like I feel like the bigger ones are less likely to do that. They're less
Mhm.
likely to customize it a little bit and make sure we get exactly what we're looking for.
How was hanging out with McBrayer? I heard a little bit from Toby on that over the weekend because they were in town this past week.
Yeah.
And I got to hang out with Tom and Toby and Roger Reese and Tyler.
Nice.
But
No,
they were giving me stories. I was interested. It sounded like a fun thing.
McBrayer is awesome. What Bill has created with the brand and what Brian is doing with Bill as far as, barrel picks and stuff like that. And just overall blending is fantastic. They are probably some of the most down to earth guys you'll ever meet. And they will not try to rush you. It's hard. Not a lot of people rush you on a pick, but like they were more interested in hearing what we had to say about the barrels because they wanted opinion. They were excited for opinions, and then they wanted more stories and like sharing stories about how, again, like what he was talking about on y'all stream about how the distillery, how he got to start it again, how he got the DSP, and just learning more about their backgrounds and what they did prior to whiskey was a lot of fun. I think if we can manage to do a McBrayer pick this year, it's going to be a hard time to choose between the three different kind of bottles that they have, specifically Cedar Brook and the Judge. So
I heard Brian is like me 10 years from now with spreadsheets on every single barrel and he can search all the notes. When I heard that story, I was getting like flashes like, uh-oh, he sounds like my twin.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great time. They were super accommodating. They brought out a bunch of hitter bottles. And it was like, so there are three offerings. I don't know how much we're supposed to say, so I'll dance around it. But their 3 offerings are, it's things that you see from other brands. So when you taste them, you go, huh, there's shared DNA here. This tastes familiar. And then as you taste it a little more and you taste some other things, you go, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You taste it and you go, okay, I got it. I'm starting to see the dots connect, you know? And for me, don't get me wrong, the Judge is fantastic. It's totally an LE bottle. But I think for me, still, the Cedarbrook, their wheated bourbon, is what shines through. It's so good. God, it's good.
Yeah. Did you get to try McBrayer at the Blitz and that day at the trail?
No, I didn't. But today, the Judge and the Cedarbrook, one of their single barrels they had on site, got delivered today. So
Oh, heck yeah.
So
Nice.
at some point I'll get into those. And
Oh, that's right, because you picked him up after he was on Whiskey, Jeff and Darrell and Kelsey.
yeah, that night, yeah, when he was on with you guys, I bought a bottle while he was talking and stuff. I was like, yeah, he sold me. So you guys going through those and stuff. So yeah, FOMO kicked in.
Yeah, well, and they're priced well too. Like that's the thing, you know.
Yeah,
Price point's good. It's a good price point. The whiskey is absolutely worth it, and it's unique.
Yeah. I mean, kind of what were y'all's impressions like when y'all had him on? Like, was there one that really stood out to you guys over the others, or a couple of them?
I think they're all pretty solid. I was really surprised by the wheater because I'm not a wheated bourbon guy, and I found that to be very, very, very good. And we had a Judge and a single barrel, I believe. Judge and a single. They were all pretty good, but what stood out for me, and it may not have been the best, was the wheated though. Just that profile, and I think it was only like 90 proof or something like that. But it was just.
We got a single barrel too. We got a foolproof single barrel in that flight. The red label one.
That was the last one, right? I think sample
second to last. So the Judge was the middle, and then we did the Cedarbrook barrel proof, and then the Brayer, the old Brayer. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that wheater was killer. I think I put them in order of I think the Judge, then I think the W.H. McBrayer single barrel, but
that one's the Judge. The W.H. one's the Judge. The black label's the Judge.
And then Old McBrayer is
and then the blue one is the Old McBrayer.
Yeah. So
and then red's the wheater.
Yes. So the Judge is a batch product, Eric, but he is allowing single barrels. So the barrels that he uses to blend the Judge, if there's something that just stands out, he's kind of letting groups, if they really want to pick one, he's letting them that opportunity to pick a single barrel of the Judge, which is super interesting because they're not high proof. They're in that, I think the highest we had was 113, but they all hovered in that 103 to 108 range.
Yeah. And they were talking about how the 113 is one of the highest ones they'd seen.
Yeah.
They checked the numbers a couple of times on that one to make sure it was accurate. It was
because they put them in at a lower proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big fan of anybody who puts it in a lower proof. They seem to be the ones I gravitate towards because it's the texture on them. On most of them like that. Like texture is a big thing for me. Like I love that buttery type texture with the whiskey. That boom, like that'll get me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree completely. I think lower entry proof, there's some magic there, right? I don't know if it's the fact that the lower proof whiskey interacts differently with the wood, or if it's the fact that it doesn't have to take so long to clean up, or whatever's going on. Maybe a combination of things, but it's magic.
Yeah. What about for you, Jeff? What was kind of the thing that stood out?
For me, I kept gravitating towards the Cedarbrook that particular night. So that one stands out for me. I know the price point difference on those is pretty significant too. So something to weigh as you go through the experience. But and then maybe you can answer this too. I'm very interested to hear about the flavor profile range around these, as we go through, because this was the first Cedar Brook single barrel that I really got to sit down with, as with the old McBrayer. And then Bill talked about how he's doing the blending and everything, in his house and figuring it all out. So then I'm always curious, like, what is the range behind the scene? Like, what are you blending with? What's the profile? So I got to have more. I want to go buy some more so I can understand that a bit more. But you went through that entire flight. Like, I feel like you went through like 10 barrels of each expression. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
So I'll turn that to you on that one. Like,
So
what is that flavor profile?
It was 10, 10, and 9. I think the profile, the biggest difference on profile was probably the Judge, like from barrel to barrel to barrel.
But it had the biggest proof difference too, relative to the overall proof.
Correct. All the Cedar Brooks that we tried were very, very close to each other.
So a tighter range there, tighter variance.
A tighter range for proof. As far as flavor profile, though, goes, I mean, when we were going through that flight, there were a couple that we could easily kick out because they were just kind of middle of the road. There was not a ton of variation over just like the 90 proof, if that makes sense, and might have come across as a little bit more wheat forward, since that is their wheated mash bill than most. Like if you have like those old school like larceny picks, when they were doing those before the barrel proof ones, where you just had, there was just something a little bit sharp on them. But then you had like strawberries and cream all the way to like maybe more citrus leaning in Cedar Brook, which was interesting. So you had the kind of the gamut of the fruits, as far as like from strawberries to oranges, peaches, that type of a deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, like, even though there was shared DNA amongst most of them, I think each one of the because we did 3 separate ones, right? Each one of the 3, there were 3 to 4 that were like unanimous standouts. It's like, okay, these 3 or 4 have to go, and then or have to go on, and then we horse traded a little bit for the remaining 1 and 2. But yeah, I mean, there was some variation. There was some that there were a couple that were just like, whoa, this is not like the other ones at all. It needs to go forward. But in general, yeah, they were very similar.
The old McBrayer was probably the easiest to, I guess, go through, just because those were a little more similar than the others. Now there were some standouts, but the old McBrayer, it was a lot easier to narrow down, just flavor profile wise. It's like, okay, these are similar. This one has a better flavor. Move along. Some had more spice. But there wasn't that huge difference between, like, I guess, fruit or oak profile. Just a little different is the best way. Again, the Judge was probably the most unique as far as flavors. Like, one tasted like, I told Ethan looked at me and he was like, this is great. Tasted like the Parker's Heritage Double Barrel from a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you had one that was super like light, fruity, peachy. The rye came out on it, but then you had another one that was that heavy, dark fruit, huge oak profile punch. I mean,
what did you guys pick?
So we just narrowed it down. We were helping Toby and Marty narrow down their samples to bring back to their group, so that they could choose between, 5 different ones for Cedar Brook, 5 different ones for the Judge, and 5 for.
Oh shit! Are they going to try to do 3 different barrels, 1 of each of those?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But the nice thing with the McBrayer is Bill does have an online presence. So his website, that's where he's funneling like a lot of the picks through that aren't in the stores, because there are very few that are in stores. So like he's funneling them through his site, but you can also get expressions for their group. If they decide to go through them, they can funnel them through Bill, but they could also say, like, if there's somebody that wants to take 8 cases, potentially they could take the 8 cases and then funnel the rest through, since Bill does have that kind of, I guess it's a free email sign up club where you get like first access when releases drop and such like that.
Yeah. And so I did get confirmation. We can talk about what they are.
Yep.
So there's three offerings, right? You've got the Cedar Brook Weeded Bourbon, the Old McBrayer. I always mix those two. That is a high rye bourbon, and then they have the W.H. McBrayer, aka the Judge. So Cedar Brook is Green River Weeded. So that's why we keep gravitating toward it, right? It's that punchy, flavorful, fruity weeder that just lingers.
It's not your typical like Baker's Weeded bourbon or even Larceny, right?
Yeah, something about their aging or their mash bill is just different. The Old McBrayer is hard still, high rye bourbon. Which again, like I feel like we've all had a number of single barrels. We've picked one. Like there's DNA there that it's hard to deny. And then the most unique by far is the Judge, and that's actually their family's old recipe, and it's contract distilled for them at Wilderness Trail. And all of these, they contract distill at the distillery, and then they take them and age them themselves. So they that's why there's differences between the profiles, because they're aged in different rick houses, essentially, right? But yeah, it's just like they're sourcing fantastic white dog from some of the best names in the business, and then aging it themselves and putting their twist on it and watching it. And it's their baby, waiting for it to be ready. And when it's ready, hey, okay, let's crack it. Let's do it.
Well, Bill knows where I live, so I always have to be careful with my words,
Yeah, he told us. He was like, Jeff? I was like, yep, Jeff's one of our good friends. We'll probably do a pick with you. You're going to do that with him? I was like, yeah, probably so, Bill.
Bill's very local to me, everybody. So the story behind that was we were having him on for the interview a couple weeks ago, and Darrell and Kelsey got their samples, but I never did. And I was like, something might be wrong. Unbeknownst to me, Kelsey gave Bill my contact info. So on a random Saturday, I get a text message from Bill that's like, Jeff, where do you live? And I was like, and I gave him my address, and he's like, I'll be over in 18 minutes. Thank God I spent the morning cleaning, because the house was a disaster. If he'd have come 3 hours earlier, that'd have been like, he'd have been like, who am I giving this whiskey to? And I'm getting on an interview with, like, I got 2 kids. The house goes crazy sometimes. But it was a funny like day where I was just like, I am so glad I spent the morning cleaning.
Yeah, he's such a great guy. So.
Yeah, and they're just a lot of fun too, right? I feel like we said it, but I'll say it again. They're just a ton of fun. We hung out with Bill Jr. and Senior and Brian. And they were just a dude. We drank a lot of whiskey. We hung out. We talked about everything. We heard a bunch of Senior stories. It was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to dive into those, Ed, when you do.
You have dishes in the sink?
Especially the Judge.
Probably. I don't have anything in there.
Yeah, the Judge is the one that goes in lower. It goes in lower. It comes out lower. And it's their own mash bill. So, again, like you kind of get some shared trail, but it's something that you can see where else.
Sat back there without getting a drink.
And then for the batches, they've been doing a fantastic job blending them. We've tried one or two, and then of course all the single barrels. And
We've tried 3, I think. We got to try. We got a special treat the second night we tasted. We got to try batch 1 of the Judge.
yes,
And then Toby had given us samples of 4 and 5. Those are fantastic.
yeah,
I guess it was a good thing that most of them were kind of on the lower proof side because, man, 30 samples to go through. Holy cow, 29. That's a lot.
It's been a while since I've been whiskeyed out. I was whiskeyed out.
I can imagine.
yeah, for sure. And I went in knowing that I was the DD, right? So I was drinking very little, and thank God for it because. Yeah, we did 20 the first night, and then 10 or 19 technically the first night, and then 10 the second. And after 19, there was a point where I was like, we're gonna have to hang out here for a couple hours. Like that, even taking small sips, like we gotta hang out a couple hours. It was a lot, and we all know that point, right? When your palate starts to wane, and you can kind of feel that you're not as sharp as you were. And so it was actually really funny. I walked in with a bottle of Evan Black, and the look they gave me at first, I swear, I felt like they were ready to kick me out. I was like, no, calm down. Like, please don't get mad at me. Let me explain. This, like, Evan Black it's my happy place, right? I know what that whiskey tastes like. It's my reset, right? It's the control pour times 2. And so every time I would start to get to that point where I'm like, okay, things are kind of getting muddled, I'd have a little bit of the Evan Black, and it would reset me, you know? I could gauge, like, okay, things are tasting a little spicier now or a little bit more muted, and reset. But yeah, without that, I don't know that I could have been useful on all 19 the first night. Because there were some where, like, some of them it was like, okay, cool, that one, like a small sip and I've got everything I'm going to get from it. But there were some where it was just like, I'm drinking this entire sample. There's no way I am not. I am not wasting it. I am drinking every drop, and I'm going to lick the inside of it. It's that good.
It's a lot of whiskey drinking.
It was a lot of whiskey drinking. You know, we bore that cross for everybody in Whiskey Tube, so.
Yeah. It's all for science. You gotta say. Oh man.
I mean, you're not wrong there, Brian. Unfortunately, we didn't have coffee then. I guess we should have. We should have been more prepared, but we didn't have it. So.
Hey, Brian. I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, he was sending us pictures.
I haven't seen him since Nashville.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
In person.
Yeah, pictures this week of all the ice, and he had a neighbor who lost a tree, not John, the other neighbor who lost a tree, and everyone was good, but yeah, there was lots and lots of limbs down in the Nashville area. They got pretty much all ice.
That's crazy. Is that the closest airport? I always forget to you guys.
Memphis, Nashville.
Memphis is closer.
Yeah, Memphis is about an hour closer.
Hour closer.
Nashville's bigger though. Yeah, Nashville's bigger, more flights, more directs. So yeah, it just depends on who's flying, like where they're coming from, right? If you're coming from a major airport, then Memphis is easy. But if you're coming from a smaller airport or somewhere like you want to fly direct through Southwest or something, like it's Nashville.
Got it. I'm gonna look at flight soon for March. Oh man. I think I was looking the other day, but I was looking at Nashville, forgetting which one was actually closer. Prices weren't bad though.
Yeah, Nashville's not too bad. And Memphis isn't bad either if you find the right day or if you're flying the right airline. But yeah, Nashville is generally a bit easier and a bit cheaper.
Did I fly out of Memphis the last time I was there?
Nashville.
It was
I think you
Nashville.
went to last time.
Okay.
For Turkapalooza, it was Memphis because Kelsey brought you.
Oh, maybe so.
But then for the
Oh,
Blitz,
yeah.
for the Blitz, it was Nashville
Got it.
because you and John,
Mm.
I think you came into Memphis because I think Kelsey picked you up.
Oh, yeah. But
And
you guys dropped. Yeah, so the time I came with Kelsey would have been Nashville. Because I remember you guys dropped me off and it was like almost a 2-hour ride going there.
that would have been Memphis. So then Nashville is where y'all rented the car because it's on like Kelsey to go to Memphis. It's like on Kelsey's way home.
Gotcha. Okay.
Route.
All blending together.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Beautiful trips. What I've been
Unintended.
twice.
The trickery was the one when you came for the anniversary stream and pours
Huh?
the escape room challenge.
Oh
yeah.
pouring y'all
What?
different bottles.
What was that one for? Was that for why were we there that time? That was September.
That was the
That was the first Blitz.
yeah, that would have been the Blitz.
Oh. Oh yeah, when we did Hard Truth and we did freaking Green River
And we went through the copper and cast table.
Yeah.
and Nashville, right? NBC was that same trip.
Yeah,
Y'all
was
did a lot of drinking that night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were there. Yeah.
Yep.
Freaking yeah, copper. We did what, 4 picks in 3 days? Or 2 days?
Mhm. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It was something.
That was
Always
Yeah,
fun.
that table of the copper and cast pick. There was
Mhm.
10 or 11 of us. There was like almost 100 Glens filled. I think Darrell, you were pouring like it was massive.
Yeah,
on
that was
table.
insane.
I think it was like 90.
Yeah,
It's like 10 of us. It was like 9 different samples.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you had brought a sample, a 10th sample
yeah.
in your
yeah.
bag.
Oh, jeez. Oh, the STR one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
There's
was
a lot of samples laid out.
literally
And-
2 tables full of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little known fact on that one, but we didn't pick any of those, by the way.
Oh,
The party like it's 1999 was a bottle that was added later after we narrowed those down to 3.
yeah.
But nothing stood out to us that night. And we
We
kind of
had-
held our guns
was
and
a
we ended up
consensus.
picking something else.
Actually, I wouldn't say there was a consensus favorite, but there was a couple favorites because I remember I was tracking like how many like first places for everybody. But there was a few. Granted, it was 10 of us, right? But there was a few that had like 3 first places.
Yeah, I mean there were some front runners for sure, but there was none that people were excited about, right?
Mhm.
Like the Still Austin,
Mhm.
for example, right? You tried C and like everybody's eyes got big, and you were just like,
Yeah.
whoa, okay, right? Like for the last round of Copper and Cast that we did with Vic and Ed, the Chosen one. Like you tried it and
Chosen
your
one's
eyes got big, right? The same with the Silver Springs. That one barrel, you tried it and your eyes got big and you went, holy crap, what is in this glass?
Yeah.
And that first round of Copper and Cast at the house that day, like they were good, but none of them really jumped out of the glass at us. So yeah, it was nice that Copper and Cast sent us some more and really outdid themselves on that second round.
Yeah, the bangers. Steven's good for that though, man. That's why I really dig that place and can't wait for you guys because it's not probably what you expect when you arrive there. I'll tell you that. Like,
I wouldn't expect anything different than when I was at Dark Arts. Like Dark Arts was kind of like that vibe that I'm kind of expecting with Copper and Cask.
Or even
Although I guess I'm not describing what that vibe is, but
or
it's
even backbone, right?
yeah, price
yeah, it's like a
to that degree.
warehouse, literally, with you know 5 high stacked barrels. Like it's cool. It's not like a distillery by any means, right? Like they're not distilling stuff, but like you walk in, it's like a big ass warehouse with just some barrels, and you see a lot of just workers rolling on forklifts, doing this and doing that. Like it's like makeshift, but I love it because I just walk in there and you know Steven's doing his thing. Like he's usually in his office, like on a computer calculating freaking blends and doing this and doing that. But it's a cool little spot, and like they're all about enthusiasts, right? Like if you show genuine interest in the brand and their product, like they look out for you, which is nice. It's an 8-year,
nice.
8-year cigar blend.
We got you, Jeff.
So this is the one that was a unique blend for the Party Source, that wine syndicate that he was talking about. That's what that WS was,
Okay.
if I'm remembering correctly.
All right.
Have you opened that one, Jeff?
I did. I did a little nip of it last Wednesday, and I haven't come back to it. It's a 26 barrel blend.
26.
So another one, if anybody's local to Dark Arts, you need to go and try this barrel. So it's not going to focus; it's going to wash out. But it's an 8-year single malt,
Kentucky single malt.
Kentucky single malt. He didn't tell us where it was from. Personally, I have to assume that it's from
Beam?
No,
Heaven Hill.
No, it's not.
Oh
Claremont.
yeah, that would make sense. That would make
It's not
sense.
Claremont for sure.
Yeah, just like Rare Character and
Exactly. And
yeah.
so it's not technically finished. It was fully matured though in an ex beer barrel.
Ooh.
And it drinks like a 15-year Irish.
It has all those pineapple and tropical fruit notes.
Yep.
You lost me at beer, had me at Irish.
You had me the entire way, Ethan.
Well, so it's not a stout barrel, right? It's a beer barrel, but it was a red ale barrel.
A red ale.
So not a typical beer barrel finish. Again, not technical finish at all, but crazy, bonkers good.
I gotta make a list of bottles.
Is one that I love what they're doing.
You guys,
I'll be excited for as barrel prices come down. I'm hoping they can bring their prices down a little bit too to match, and then they'll be unbeatable if they can hit that.
How much is the single malt?
$100 bar. This one was more expensive. This one was $140, I believe. Their single malts is like I think it was $140 because both were like $260.
Are they age stated, Ethan?
This one's 8 years.
8.
But their single malts are I'm pretty sure I saw on the price list. That's the most expensive thing they have. Most of their bottles are that 110, 120 range.
Minus the left stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most expensive are regular bottles. But
Kentucky single malt, right? You said.
Yep. And they said they just bought a bunch of experimental barrels. So that's the other thing. They said one of the distilleries wanted to sell off a bunch of their experimental stuff. So then part of me thinks, well, maybe it's New Riff. Because New Riff does a lot of experimentals.
I don't dig their single malt. That's like the one thing from New Riff I really don't care for.
This does not drink like that.
I agree with that, Darrell.
Yeah. Like everything else I'm good with. Jeff, Todd sent us something, and I don't remember the brand, but it was a few different samples, and one of them was a single malt from whatever distillery he sent us. Do you remember what brand it was?
Was it the Minden Mill or whatever?
That's exactly what it was. Where is that from?
Nevada.
Oh, okay. That single malt was freaking good. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He gave us like
something that Minden Mills is doing is just different, right? I don't know what their secret sauce is, but they're doing some awesome stuff, and they're getting really good results at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know how old that was, but I remember tasting that, and that one stood out to me. I was like, damn, this is freaking good.
Most of their stuff is that 3 and 4 year mark.
Mm-hmm.
They might have some older stuff, I don't know, but everything I've seen from them has been 3 to 4 years.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's they're a hidden gem for sure. Emphasis on hidden because good luck finding any of it, right? But in general, they're bangers.
And that's what's so hard when you get into these picks and you start to get to know some of these distilleries, and you have the availability of some of these bottles, and the groups pick them and sell them. It's hard to go back to like trying to buy shelfers, or some of the LEs or stuff. Like I've just learned that most of my collection now, I'd probably say 2/3 is all picks from various groups and areas, and they just seem to stand out better than the normal shelfers. Don't get me wrong, no, your standard shelfers are going to be good. Some of the stuff they release, but
Yeah.
Those are few and far between, and then then you're going to get all the taters going after them and things like that. Here is, so.
But I'm going to double down on what you said, Ed, because I feel like you said you hit the nail on the head there in the middle of there. Is that it's not just the picks, but it's the unique stuff too, right? Like I feel like we've got some heritage picks, absolutely, right? I mean, we're surrounded by whiskey, but the picks that I'm the most excited about generally are the smaller places, because they're not afraid to get funky and weird and do one-offs and take risks and make mistakes and like, hey, maybe well, this is not great. Maybe it'll come back, and so they'll put it on a dark, dusty shelf and leave it for 2 years and try it again and go, whoa, this is fantastic, right? They can just put it aside and leave it. Whereas a heritage distillery is going to blend it or sell it off and be done with it, right? They can. They're more willing to experiment and do that weird thing.
Well, I mean, like what happened with the walleye, right? Like, hey, if we just sit on this one, it might be really good. Well, thank you, Pete. Just keep sitting on it, and then we'll see if it's really good. And then it comes out, and it was like, what the heck is that?
Yep.
Katie, Navia drew a picture that she wants you to see.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Let me back this up. Maybe you can like see it.
Has your name in there?
Your name? Well, thank you. Look at that. That's a very cool picture. I got a princess crown.
So, was you? Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I've never seen Darrell react to a fart in real time before.
Dude, I looked at Zoe
that was like Darrell just cut an onion.
Flip it.
You got crop dusted, bud.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, I thought it was the dog.
That always is a classic, blaming the dog. Been there, done that.
You need to go sit at that table.
Yeah,
Oh
see.
my god. I
What are you
literally
feeding
thought
them
it was
kids, Darrell?
Zoe, dude. What was that?
What are you feeding them kids?
She ate some pasta that her sister made today. It was like some cheese pasta. I don't know. Naya's been on.
It was cheese and powder.
Cheese and powder. I don't know.
Was
Naya's just
Was
like
it
this
cheese
little
or was it Velveeta? Because that would explain it.
No, it was like Parmesan, like grated cheese and butter and salt, pepper. Like Naya's been making like pasta like every day.
So nothing crazy. Okay.
No, nothing
Because
crazy.
Velveeta can have some weird gastric side effects
Yeah,
sometimes.
that was weird. I thought it was Zoe, dude. It smelled like dog. It was just like, you guys see my reaction.
Oh, yeah, we did.
It's like you got slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of did.
Yep.
It's like the negative side of the old cartoon where it picks him up by his nose.
Yeah, it was rough. That was rough. You're not supposed to. I'm trying to show a picture that you drew, and you're gonna like do that.
It was all the plan, Darrell. It was the plan.
Yeah.
She drew us in, and then
Yep.
she threw us away.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's a pretty picture. Thank you for drawing that one.
You're not getting a crown, though.
Yeah, it has your name on the shirt.
You're not a princess.
I'm not a
You're not.
Oh, Carrie wants to show her. Which one?
Kira wants to show hers. Let's see.
You're way too old to be a princess.
Yeah, both of
It's
yours.
like what is that? A lobster? What is that up top? I don't even know.
She drew me right there. That's me right there.
Oh yeah, with the
Oh
big
my
eyes.
goodness.
And this is
Looks like the
Minion and this is Navia.
from
Minion,
what's
Navia.
Oh, minion. There we go.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the crab from Moana, the one who sings Shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys from Flight of the Conchords. I like that.
So I can never hear that
Crab
song
from Moana.
without seeing Eric, the whiskey mutant, singing that song during Madness.
That was perfect. That was such a perfect song. Now, where it extends to me though is when I see Eric's pictures on Facebook where he's at Disney World, 6-7 times a year. And every time I see it now, I look at those pictures and go, shiny in my head.
Yep. I'm just watching him taste whiskey, and he's just into it.
Ay. I need a pour.
Straight freaking Irish.
Do I dare have them just grab me something, or do I grab myself something?
It smells really good.
Is the wheel handy,
Do
Jeff?
you dare? Do you dare?
Is the wheel handy? How close is it to you?
The wheel is always handy, Darrell.
What are you doing, buddy? Stop.
You know what you need to do, Jeff? I'm assuming you can still hear us.
Yeah.
You need to have a wheel made with the backing, the Hoff logo.
We can computerize it.
I'm looking at like the your sign behind you, right? Your circular sign, and that would make a great wheel.
Like Wheel of Fortune, literally have it on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune style, yeah, for sure.
That would be kind of sick if it lit up like that.
Oh man.
Imagine he can make one that freaking rotates, dude. That would be
And then
sick.
why stop there? Get like a little scoreboard next to it, so when it lands on one, it like flashes what it is.
I'll have it attached to an AI agent that randomly generates the names. Like, we can go all over the place here. These names are better because these are crowdsourced and given with love and mostly Todd's ideas.
Do it up.
I mean, he is your executive producer. It makes sense.
I'd expect nothing less.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. It's like Inception.
I'm waiting to one of these days when he spins it to see the wheel just like fall off and go sliding down the floor.
Let's say I can't read it. Jack.
I'll solo you.
Jack be nimble. Jack be quick. Okay. Some Jackie Jack.
However you want to interpret that, but I think it's explicitly Jack Daniels. But if you can come up with another interpretation of it.
Oh, I see.
Pouring a shelf or single barrel. That's pretty damn. Actually, I think I brought. Oh, you got one too. A mini one now, or is it a big
it's a
one? It just looks
bottle.
mini.
This is one of the Fletcher picks from 2021. Adam?
Yeah, of course.
130.3.
130, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a 130 plus in a while.
And I don't know the Rick houses, but this is Barrel House 211.
20. Oh, this is from 2024 bottling. This was a killer one though. This was literally a shelf. I brought this to Austin. I'm not sure if you two tried it. I know Jeff did, but it's a really good off-profile Jack single barrel, which was nice.
If it was on the table, I'm sure I tried it.
You may have, yeah. Kind of forgot everything we tried while we were there. What's going on?
He needs some coins.
So what you got lit up tonight, Ed?
I mean,
Oh, that smells weird. What the heck?
I never did open. I never opened this one.
I
I
didn't
don't
get
know.
that.
Maybe I should.
Crack it. Do it, Jeff.
Which one is that one? Peaches?
That's Adam's.
Peaches,
never tried that dang
peaches,
thing.
peaches,
I still never
It's
tried
got
it.
this salty note to it.
Yeah, I
It's
still-
good though.
I'm supposed to send Jeff a sample of it. If he's gonna crack it.
I gotta gather a list.
Well,
Turk, since you're
Well,
actually
now
driving.
I'll
I'm gonna
send
be like,
Darrell a
this
sample.
bottle, this bottle, this bottle.
Because you'll have to. I gotta send other samples to Jeff too.
This actually smells kind of weird right now. Yes, buddy.
To answer your question, Ethan, I started off with the Johnny Tobacco Nut, of course, right?
Of course.
And now I'm into the. I guess this is one of their general blends, Padron, 4,000.
Oh yeah. I know that label. Yep.
Yep.
That's one of their less fancy, like brown and gold labels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are really good, especially for the price. Like if you want to get into Padrones, you don't have to spend all that crazy money on those, and these are just as good. And this one, I mean, the cello was nuts on this one. So this one I've had lying around for a couple years, and the cello was
so dark. I don't know because you're dark or because you're dark because it's dark. But
The cello was dark too.
Crazy.
You were saying it?
What's that? The cello was super dark. Oh yeah, it was super dark. Yeah, oily.
Yeah. It's always fun when you get ones like that. When you see it, it's like, whoa, it's tinted.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting into the point now, right? This is like my third year into cigars, so some of the ones I've first purchased, there's a lot of those are starting to age up a little bit. So.
Sorry, my battery. My charger wasn't plugged in. Oh, dude, this damn bottle's so good. Dude, I've never got I won't say never, but is that the right one? Yeah. Getting dark berries on a freaking Jack pick, dude. You don't get any of the banana. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going to happen on the one we picked.
Yep.
Yeah. I tried that
so
after
long,
having too much to drink, so I don't remember what it tastes like.
For so long, the Jack rye picks just were outshining the bourbons, and when we went and did that pick, my mind was blown because the rye was good, but man, that bourbon was so much better.
Yeah.
It blew my mind how the bourbons just stood out. Yeah, I saw Marty. It's yeah.
I'll find it if you create it.
Honestly, I did get to the point this past week where I was on the verge of it, but I think that we see what Only Drams has with their communities and let that come to fruition first. Like it seems like they're already pushing toward it. We know that they're plugged into the whiskey world pretty well. Let's see if they can pull something off first and get something scaled up. But if not, I'm going to end up pulling something together for at least for the small groups that we're a part of, because the Patreon nonsense is nonsense.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh,
We just got to keep being more and more. Well, we don't want to tiptoe. So to your point, Ethan, it's just better to come up with another solution. But
Exactly. Right, because no matter how much we tiptoe, they can change their community guidelines at any moment, right? And it's like,
wherever the wind blows.
You were following them, but you're not anymore because, well, now it's got this other clause and it's 9.A.4.37 section B subsection C. Like, Jesus Christ, come on.
All right, do that for my day job. Don't make me read that. My second job.
It's like looking up case law.
Yeah.
In the same way, YouTube will shut us down if they want to.
Oh.
That word giveaway is very probably dangerous than we give it credit for. And what we're doing
That's
here.
the next thing that we've got to all start looking at, right? Is what's next? Is it going to be Rumble, right? Like, because they're trying real hard to be the free speech platform. It's like, okay, cool, I can get behind that.
A lot of the cigar content is on Rumble.
Yeah.
Or in addition.
That's usually the thing. Someone's going to take advantage of somebody else's rules eventually here, because those rules are arbitrary. Like, why are you doing that in the first place at some point?
Yeah, I mean, if you think whiskey's having a hard time, these cigar content's having a hard time.
Well, that's what I still have those flashbacks to that stream that we did when we were we had the cigars on a couple of months ago, and then like Ed in the comments was like, "Stop doing what you're doing. You guys don't know what you're doing."
Yeah, I mean, it's no nonsense with them. Like, I mean, Ed, you can probably speak to it better. You've seen it with numerous cigar channels.
Yeah, the biggest things is like the ones that'll get you stricken the quickest is anything linking to a website. And like I said, you know, when it was done that night, it was done out of innocence. But And I don't know if they scan chats, right? It was done in a chat, but if you do that like on your channel, so like when you post up a video or something and you have anything like that, or if you say, they'll strike you for just saying it with the cigars. But other than that, I mean, you could still smoke and all that stuff, and that's fine, but I'm sure at some point somebody's going to say something, or it's just, they're just going to go after the low hanging fruit, and it's just slowly going to work its way up to where they get rid of all of it, right? And it's only a matter of time that whiskey's going to be the same way, right? You can post websites and stuff on there. You're probably going to be okay for now. But at what point? And then that's the thing, right? They change the rules, and then they send their bots on their merry way, and all of a sudden you got all these channels that are going to start getting just hit.
Well, and then the problem is, and I think this is what's happening now, is you've got bots who are doing the first line checking, and now they're being empowered to give the strikes, and then you have the bots who are also doing the appeals. So you appeal what you believe is not a violation, and the same bot does the second check and says, "No, I was right the first time." It's like, no.
Is that Rowan? What's his name? Is it Rowan?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Sires, he's a good example. He got hit, and it was his secondary channel, not his main channel, because he kept everything clean on his main channel. But his second channel, all of a sudden, they didn't like strike him, but they demonetized everything. You couldn't super chat, you couldn't do a lot of things, and that's what he did. Like when on his lives, he would smoke a cigar and drink whiskey. That's why he made the secondary channel, just for that. And it's just a matter, like I said, and that would be the first thing, right? They'll demonetize you. You could still post, you could still do stuff, but at some point, they're going to take it to another step. And he tried to figure out what was wrong, and he did he went on a rant on one of his streams, and he tried to get it appealed, or at least tell me what I did wrong so I can fix it. And he could not get an answer from YouTube. Nobody would answer his calls. Nobody would tell him what it is. Just read the guidelines. He went through it multiple times. Like, where in the guidelines did I, and that's the thing. It's their decision, and sometimes it's just gonna stay. You have no recourse.
Well, and like the problem is, like, yes, sometimes they'll just go from 0 to 60 and demonetize, right? But for me, the bigger problem is they'll just blast the whole channel, right? And you don't hear about it very often, but it does happen. They'll blast an entire channel, backlog and everything.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, justify this for me, right? It's like, okay, like what on earth? You say you have a strike system, and yet this person got 1 strike instead of 3. That's not how we play baseball, right? Like, what on earth?
Right. Yeah, and Cigars Daily is a good example. Like, he tries to be forward-thinking, Tim, to where they don't even smoke on screen. Like, they shift the screens around.
They do. They're really
they do it because they'll smoke, but it just won't be on screen, and the cigar will be set down when their face is on it. But he says it's only a matter of time that they're going to go after that. Just smoking a cigar on screen, it's not happening yet. He's just, but see, he relies big. His business evolves around social media.
You see what that's right there, Kara?
That's his biggest marketing piece.
No.
So that's why he's super sensitive to that.
Where's that?
So
That's funny.
I hope they never do it with whiskey. I mean, that's the part I don't get. YouTube can benefit a lot from it. But
I feel like we could get on here and started a methadone clinic and stream from a methadone clinic, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's fine." But yet we try to drink some whiskey, and they're like, "Oh no."
6, 7.
Oh, geez.
Love it.
yeah, but
That's for you,
But some
Blake.
of the-
What's going on, guys?
hey, what's up, Jake?
What's going on?
But see, what you guys have done so far is you're very careful with it. Like I said, you've done nothing, and you'll be fine. But it was just that one night, and it was an innocent mistake. They didn't know. So.
On that particular topic, but you're always just a few words away from an innocent words away from who knows what. Like that's the pins and needles that's going to happen to this community going forward.
Yep. And like, so that's the other part of it, right? You mentioned a few innocent words, but the thing is, like, I've done some stuff here recently and pulling transcripts from videos using AI, and it's pretty accurate, but it's not completely accurate. So if the bot that's pulling the transcripts that just mixes up some words, right? It could be completely off the wall, but it thought it got something, and well, now it hits you, right? And then again, if the same
escalates.
bot looks at that same transcript to do the appeal, well, no, you said this. We didn't say that though. Come on.
Yeah. And their ability to do it in mass is the thing. Like, that's what I was talking about with the Patreon. Like, if they wanted to, there's no hiding. Like, they have my history. Like, they have the 300 plus posts in the behind the scenes if they wanted to. Like, they could find something. So why they're doing it the way they're doing it.
Well, and with Patreon, there's no strikes.
Yeah.
There's no warnings. There's no strikes.
Not typically. Every once in a while they will, but not typically. Right?
But there's not a system in place where it's like, okay, you do this once. Here's your slap on the wrist. Fix it, or you could get another one. There's not that typically.
Well, they may incorporate that now, but they had to hit a couple channels to get everybody scared, right? That's usually the first step. They just do a blanket hit, and a couple channels have been hit through their Patreon. So that might be the scare tactic. Okay, this could happen to you, and now, so I think that was just shots over the bow. Thank God it wasn't your channels, but it was the shot over the bow that, hey, this can happen.
Yeah. So, in the weather update, because I know everybody's really interested to know what's happening in West Tennessee. 6 degrees, feels like -6.
Are we up to Stag Junior or Buffalo Trace levels?
Well, no, we haven't gotten any more snow.
Somebody from my
steady at,
tobacco
like,
community actually sent me your guys' post.
That's funny, Jake.
Yeah.
Kira.
Yes,
It was Moose. Moose sent it to me.
Yeah, that's great. Moose is fantastic.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, hey, I know those guys. And they're like, man, it's such a small world.
Yep.
I haven't seen him in a bit too, Alex, man.
Oh, different Moose.
No, different Moose.
Oh,
sorry.
different Moose.
Yeah, different
Oh,
Moose.
okay.
This guy is Colorado Moose.
Oh shit. Life, sorry.
They have moose in Colorado?
Oh yeah. They have moose here in New Mexico.
Really? I just totally associate that with Canada.
I mean, they have lots of moose in Canada too.
More so.
Is the proper plural meese, or is it still moose?
Mooses.
I say mooses.
Cheers, Gary.
When there's multiple, I just call them young.
Perfect joke for Gary to come.
Right. Right. So, what do you think of peaches?
I like it quite a bit. I'm not entirely clear on the peaches part. It's not hitting me entirely off profile for a Jack Rye right now.
Okay.
But what it is doing, though, there's a brightness to it that I'm still trying to like deconstruct a little bit. It's on the finish is where it like really lingers. Like there's this like confectionery sugar note on the finish. Probably Kelsey would call it his Smarties note. And maybe that's where that comes from. It's not banana though. That's the thing that's like killing me about Jack. I don't know when it changed. I'm getting that banana note less and less and less. And is that a me thing or is that a Jack thing? I'm still trying to figure that part out. But for me to describe a Jack Rye as like banana pudding or something is happening less and less and less. And maybe people are just not looking for that. Therefore, the picks are the outliers from that or something.
So could it also be the fact that now you've had multiple Jack picks? At that point where you had like Nanner Pudding and like the first Mash and Journey ones, like those were some of the first like really picks in the community other than like the ADHD whiskey one. I would think would be one of our. We've had some like from Bourbon Pursuit from back in the day, but like Scott and Jason's first ones. But you kind of got inundated with them, right? Like you saw them, they were a good price, great value. So then you're trying to dissect them.
Could it be an age thing? Are they aging them a little bit more? Because
That-
I've noticed
That's
that I
what
don't
would
get
assume.
those notes on the age stated Jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So some of
Yeah.
those ryes are like what 8, 9 years, and
Yep.
they can lose some of that yeast strain note in it that banana comes from, and you're going to get more of the oak and sweetness profile from the oak than you do that yeast strain.
Because you don't.
I think you're dead on that one.
So I have it's almost conspiracy theorist here. I think that Jack has figured out how not to stress their yeast strain out, because that banana note comes, not necessarily, but it can come from a stressed out yeast, from a yeast that is pushed too fast or too hard. And it will produce those phenols, right? And the different types of phenols.
Right.
I
But
think
they would have had to
figured
done
out-
that like 8 years ago. They had to have figured that
But
out.
I think that's the reality, right? I think that they were just making Jack, right? And then at some point they had somebody with a chemistry background come in, taste it, see it, figure out the problem, fix the process, and now we're seeing the difference.
Well, I mean, I could see that point too, but at the same point, like I still get that yeast strain in there, but it's a little more deeper.
Exactly,
like,
right?
Yeah, so one thing that like a lot of the Jack guys have said, right? A lot of the reps and stuff that have come out, they said the Jack is Jack. They have not changed anything with it. Now, not saying that they adjusted the yeast strain, they just haven't changed the mash. They haven't changed the standardization, right? They're still filtering, they're still doing all what they need to do. But that doesn't mean that they didn't adjust that yeast strain.
When did Fletcher come in as master distiller?
Probably about 10 years ago, right? Because
Mm-mm.
he's doing the
What, that
10s,
long?
12s, and 14s.
No, it wasn't that long ago. I was
No?
just watching that interview with Bourbon Pursuit because they were
2019
talking
or
about
so?
that. Yeah, I think about
Okay.
6 to 7 years ago.
So, I mean, because think about it, right? If he started to take the reins before he actually became the master distiller, maybe that's what it was, right? Because again, like it could be something as simple as like their fermenters were getting a couple of degrees too hot in the summer because of the summer heat, right? And they figured that out, and they started pumping their glycol chillers a little bit more and stuff like that. Because again, we homebrewed for a few years, and we really got nerdy on it, just like we do with everything.
Well, it could also be the chemical reaction with the type of water that they're using.
Possible too. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things it could be. It could be it could be any one of a dozen things. But so yeah, yep, that's what I said. I also said it leans a little bit to the left, Brian. But yeah, no, I think personally, I think that's what it is. I think they had a little bit of a process flaw, and they resolved it. And just like some of the companies in the past that have had a musty grain problem and fixed it and didn't say anything, right? Just because for them it was an incremental process improvement.
I mean, it that could be the case. So I always told you about the best Jack I ever had, right? Was that ceramic decanter, the pint decanter that I found in the cabin.
Yep.
Best Jack I ever had. I didn't get a heavy banana note on that one, thinking about it.
So maybe it was still the winter, right? When heat wasn't as big a problem.
Yep, and that could be it.
Because like that's one of the things. Distiller's yeast is, and it's the reason that if you go to a big distillery and you taste the wort, it's not good, right? It's astringent and potent and just like ugh. And it's because that yeast is all about quantity. Produce as much alcohol as quickly as possible and get it done.
Yeah. I mean, they were into mass producing quantities.
Mhm.
That has to have been
Whereas
the second biggest whiskey in the world was probably JD.
Oh yeah. And then like if you go to Chattanooga, there I want to say they ferment everything for 7 days.
Yeah.
So
Something like that.
it's a lot longer than everybody else. And so you don't get those banana notes or anything because they have it like they're saying, hey, look, this is how long our things ferment. So the yeast can't get stressed out because they're not pushing those temps and making it work harder, like every way the same time.
But you know what I even get more so of the banana note on than even JD is the Old Forester rice.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Brown Foreman, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
But like even
That's
like
what I told her I need
seems
to
like
watch.
it's
That
twice
was
as
the
much
little one.
in those rice.
Cheers, Henry.
Yeah.
Thanks for
cheers,
tuning
Henry.
in.
There's Henry.
Hey, Henry.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
And
I guess I
but-
could say peach. It'd be like white peach, like
Mm.
a really bright white peach. Like, yeah, maybe the best peach of it.
Mhm.
But it's not. It's weird. I'm trying to find
Like
this
the more
distinction. Like,
watery taste of that white peach, like the juiciness
the
of that
pure
white peach.
flesh of it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see that. Well, one thing is, man, is JD is doing some incredible stuff as of recent.
Man.
They completely changed up their game. Whatever they're doing, it's working. It's good.
And you got to imagine over the years they've been expanding the number of rick houses. Oh man,
Bye-bye.
Oh,
she gone.
oh. Just in time to pick some more.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. And like they do, they're creating more rick houses and they're doing all
So
these things, right?
Stuff can sit longer because they're not going through it as quickly because they're still going to do all number 7 and they're going to they mass produce that, right?
Yeah.
So if they didn't have the rick house space,
Yeah.
that stuff's not sitting very long. And the more rick houses they get, because even when we were there, just the growth in rick houses from 17 when we were there to when we were there in 22 was incredible. Like the amount of acreage that they started putting rick houses on was huge with just in that 5-year range. It was pretty impressive because driving in there we had to, you'd see, oh, okay, there's cool. There's a couple rick houses to where shit. The next, you're going through like 2 or 3 miles of nothing but rick houses. So
That was a huge operation. That's what I felt
Mhm.
on that tour. In general, was like that's probably the biggest operation I've seen with my own eyes.
Yeah. But it's really compact. For the amount of stuff, for the amount of volume they do, it's very compact, right? You go somewhere like Wilderness Trail and Bardstown Bourbon Company, and you feel the scale of it, right? Like you're looking at it and you see it. And especially Bardstown, they're like, oh yeah, and these 14 fermenters, we've got 14 matching fermenters behind the scenes that you don't see. You're just like, whoa. And Jack is like, it's all here, all of it. Holy crap. And you're doing how much per day? Whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how many fermenters were there with Jack? Like, wasn't it in the 40s? Am I remembering that wrong? That was a big number.
It's a fair amount.
I don't remember the number. But I do remember thinking like I would have expected more for the volume they do. So that's the other question. Like I'm wondering. So Brown Foreman is obviously having a lot of trouble, right? Because largely, and this is just Ethan, largely because of the really bad decision in buying Herradura.
Oh,
Tequila.
Right? They
Buying what?
Herradura, the tequila company. They
It's the horseshoe.
the horseshoe bottle.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know though. I mean, did they lose money on that? Are they?
Oh yeah.
It seems
so they
like
lost money and they got hit by a huge lawsuit.
okay. So that was the one that in the lawsuit.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
They
What
got
was
hit
the
by
lawsuit
That makes
for?
sense.
a big lawsuit,
That
like
it
a
is.
$600 or $700 million lawsuit. Or no, sorry, maybe the lawsuit was $300 million, but they had just dumped like $700 million into an expansion.
because tequila is still expanding. They're showing that right now that because
But
there's
Herradura
that
is
theory,
not.
right? There's that theory in economics is there's always a constant revolution of the same amount of money. It just switches hands.
Yep. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they haven't marketed Herradura well either. Tequila is growing, Herradura is not.
Right. I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
And so I think that it's fact. I feel like we've seen it. They are hemorrhaging money in a number of things, and Jack is what's keeping them afloat.
Well,
So-
that's with the international market too. I mean,
Yep.
Jack is huge international market. I think the only one above them is Beam.
Yeah.
But-
Well, maybe Turkey. And I'm not by volume. Like I think by volume, I think you're right. I think that I personally think Jack is the biggest by volume. I don't know the numbers personally, but
Yeah.
I think name recognition, Turkey might be the biggest name recognition because they have Asia on lockdown, or at least Eastern Asia.
They do, and Jack and Jim is a lot of the European market.
Yeah.
Huge in Europe. JD is huge in Europe.
Well, it sounds like from the whiskey side, they're starting to figure it out. Hence, you get peaches in your whiskey.
Yeah, I still remember Max.
Just makes me think of that Bill Murray meme when he's like
Yeah.
in Lost in Translation.
Yep.
If you guys were talking about the overseas market.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can remember it was one of the Bourbon Pursuit podcasts that they were. I don't know if they were talking to Max Shapiro or they were quoting him, but he said that like if bourbon grabbed, I think it was 1%, but it might have been 0.5% of the Scotch market internationally, it would justify all of the expansions that the major distilleries have been doing these past 3, 4, 5 years.
Oh.
Think about like the amount of the expansion they've been doing, and one half to 1% would justify those expansions.
Yeah.
Like that's mind blowing for me. Because I mean, you've got Trace and Bardstown and Beam, like they have almost doubled their capacity, right? Like they have been exploding their capacity.
Yeah. Buffalo Trace definitely has.
Oh yeah.
And Buffalo Trace is just like barely tapped into the international markets as far as the other two big distilleries or 3 distilleries. Because I would say Turkey's in there too, but Turkey, Beam, JD are those 3. Like I don't see Buffalo Trace as big in the other in worldwide.
They're not, and it blows my mind, right? Because they are so good at marketing here.
Well, there's reasons why they did good marketing, and one is it's funny because the U.S. likes they like the underdog, but they also like villains, and they created that whole story with the villainy of the Pappy Gate, and
You're right.
that exploded it even more than what it was.
Yeah.
Because no one really knew about it. I could tell you maybe one military exchange that had Buffalo Trace before that. It was all JD, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker. There was no B Trace anywhere. And they made it known. But, it's that thing is like us Americans, we like the lore of those things. We like the stories. And it catches people attention. Yeah, it catches people attention. And then all of a sudden you have a favorite team to be on. And that's the team that everyone wanted to be on.
So I want to know what, as fellow whiskey nerds, right? Who do y'all think the next acquisition is going to be?
I like playing one. Yeah.
What was the
Four
question?
Roses has to go somewhere.
Who the next acquisition will be?
Four
Oh
Roses
no,
has to
Four
go
Roses
somewhere.
isn't. They're not getting bought
You
up.
say Four Roses?
No,
I
Four
said they
Roses.
have to go
Four
somewhere.
Roses
I
is
don't know.
literally on sale, Darrell. They're putting it out there. They want to be bought.
They want to be bought out, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking for somebody. I mean, it has to go somewhere. It eventually will, but from what I understand, it cut down by $400 million.
Really? I
So
don't.
they were at $1 billion. They dropped it to 600 million, from what I understood. I don't know. I haven't.
Oh,
kept
they were
up.
trying to sell it for, you're saying?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. They were.
So
Give it-
you're right,
give-
Jay. Go ahead, Dad. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, give it a couple more years or less. I think if I had to look at it from just distribution alone now, New Riff.
New riff.
Wow.
I don't want it to, but I'm just
I
saying
hope
because
not.
they distribute in all 50, or was it 50 states or 51 or whatever we are.
So
48.
I could see
48.
I could see an MGP buyout with New Riff.
I New Riff is the top of my list too, and there's one big reason. They're in Kentucky.
Well, that's a
Kentucky
huge
bourbon
deal,
is
right?
king.
Especially for an international market, they want
Yep.
Kentucky bourbon.
Yep. Kentucky is king. It still is, right? There's still a lot of people.
But I
there's
could
still a lot
see
of people
that.
in the U.S. that
Like I
think
said,
bourbon has to be
Four
made.
Roses has to go somewhere, but I wouldn't put it past MGP to buy up New Riff.
Well, I don't do.
Rem-
MGP doesn't have the catch now. Like
Well-
there's Focus Tank, they don't have the catch now. They can't. At least I don't think they can.
Maybe they wouldn't buy them out, but I could see a merger. I could see it taking that under as an umbrella.
I mean,
Yeah.
New Riff is getting better, and they have the distribution. They're getting better. They're starting to get more notoriety. That's the reason why I think maybe that would be. And give it some
Or-
time. You know, Copper and Cask could be. If they get more notoriety, now they don't have the distribution, but obviously they're doing something right there,
Well,
right?
but
If that keeps
distribution
growing.
distribution is one of the key reasons for acquisition a lot of times too, right? Look at craft beer.
Yep.
A company will buy a brewery that's doing great and just distribute it. They won't change anything, right?
Budweiser is a good
Yeah, I
example.
Yep, Budweiser.
Budweiser is a king of that. Another king of beer, but they're a king of that.
Yeah.
Remember earlier tonight when Darrell smelled a fart? That's how I felt when you're talking about New Riff getting bought out.
I know, Jeff.
Womp womp.
Well, because they're finally starting to do older picks. You know, they finally started to do
Right?
Yeah, they're
Hitting,
aging,
hitting
so-
stride.
Yeah.
Which means they have stock, and that stock is valuable.
And
Right.
that's why I
We knew
say
that. Yeah.
that's why I say MGP, because the competitor with that is MGP with their aging, the ages that they have.
Oh, MGP's doesn't even really have old stuff anymore, right? Like,
Oh,
they're not
they
really-
still do.
I would bet they still do.
well, like 12-year, like I guess this year we're seeing like 12-year-old bourbons. Like the other years,
Well,
it's
with
been
the
about-
Penelopes, I mean, we saw 10 years, 13 years with the Penelopes, and I think New Riff is a competitor under that age statement. They're coming right up underneath that with their age statements.
Yeah, matching statement to statement, right? Like New Riff kills it. Like you put an 8-year New Riff against just say an 8-year like Turkey, an 8-year MGP, like it holds its weight.
Yeah.
Now we got 10-year-old stuff, right? Imagine when they put out 12 and 13.
That's
Well,
what
that's
I'm
what I
saying.
mean.
That's
It's-
why I'm saying it could go to MGP, because MGP, I guarantee you would see that.
So another option, and we've already talked about it a little bit tonight. Still Austin.
So I was going to mention Still Austin because that's the most Kentuckiest bourbon outside of Kentucky.
You know? And like I know that Still Austin has multiple people behind the scenes who own Porsches, and that is oftentimes a lot of reasons for acquisitions. Right, one person wants out.
Well, but then you got to be careful. What's made Still Austin blow up as much as it has in the last year or two?
Fancy.
Right. So, like, that's got to, if you're going to, I mean, she's got to be a part of the package, and she's a consultant. She
Yeah.
doesn't have to.
Now
hang
you're
her
getting
hat
into
on that.
Kentucky Owl type territory
Right.
of what happens
Yeah.
when the heart of the
Yeah.
brand
Yeah.
disappears.
You saw their bankruptcy, right?
Stoli.
Yep.
Yeah. Stoli.
Complete Chapter 7 Like I don't know if they're out or not, but like
It's
they are
done.
pretty much
The
out.
brand is done. I just saw it a couple of weeks ago. That brand is killed.
Yeah. And so Henry Turner in chat, Katie highlighted it. Hard truth.
Well,
Extra
that's next
depressing.
level. That's
kind of like.
Why
Still
are you
Austin,
making
right?
Jeff cry?
Oh,
Nah,
Hard
I think
truth is-
Brian and Chris are doing too good over there for that to kind of happen.
But
It's-
that's attractive to buyers. Darrell.
You know who I could see?
It is,
Red-
but it would be like the Nancy thing. You would have to keep them on, right? Because like you lose them, and I think their product may go downhill. Like
Right.
those two.
Plus, like they
Nancy's
kept,
not an
MGP kept the
employee.
Penelope guys, right? I mean,
she's
What's
a
that?
consultant. Nancy's a consultant. She's not an employee of. I mean,
Right.
pseudo.
well,
but-
she's branding it. You know what I mean? Like she can.
Right,
be
right, right. But doesn't she? It's more consulting work.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
that she
she's
does, right?
pure
She's a
consultant.
straight up consultant,
Yeah.
not a
Oh,
employee
so you're saying
per
they
se.
get bought up, they keep a consultant or whatever. They don't got to
yeah.
get rid of an employee.
Well, it's up to the consultant whether they want to stay or not. Like,
Right.
they're not obligated to stay.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's some statement in their contracts that say like if they do sell out or get bought out, then it's up to, I'm sure it's negotiated heavily.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of
You know
contracts.
who I could see next
What's in
too
there?
is Redwood Empire,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why is because there's not a whole lot on the West Coast. They're one of them to kind of get the distribution in that area if a bigger company would buy them out.
If somebody was going for like a regional play, trying to capture the West Coast.
Exactly, and that's like the biggest play in the California market is Redwood
Yeah.
Empire, because they're not going to spend. They don't need to spend a whole lot of money in distribution in that area already because it's already distributed.
They're making some good distillate right now too. Like they're still. I just wish their prices were better. But
And that's the thing too,
Yeah.
right? Is they're a little bit higher, but the taxes over there are a lot higher
Yeah.
for the
The
stuff.
Junkies released a pick not too long ago from them, right? The Redwood
Yeah.
Empire.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in the last 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
Because there's not.
I
a
grabbed one up a
whole
party
other
source in
lot
the
of-
last 2 weeks too.
There's not a whole lot of
Thoughts
other
on it?
distilleries that doing what they are doing. I mean, there's Free Ranch, and then there is Corbin Cash, but I think they're too small. I think
For
Redwood
Cali?
Empire is, as far as the size of distillation, I think they're a little bit smaller. I think Redwood Empires probably has a little bit more distribution there, and it's already
So-
well established.
Where is Redwood Empire out of?
They're
Specifically.
out of I think I want to say
Sonoma.
California.
Sonoma. Really? Okay.
Kind of
So
one country.
they could be a purchase, and somebody could make them into a destination.
Yes.
You're never going to have Corbin. No, you're not going to have Corbin Cash as a destination. They're too far out. You're not going to have.
But too far north, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to have the other one, Frey Ranch, as a destination. They're too far out.
Yeah.
And there's not
Um,
much around there either.
Exactly. Yeah, but you could have Wilderness Trail. Listen to me. I'm there. Redwood Empire as a destination too, right?
Yeah. And as for MGP, you said they don't have money to buy, big distilleries, but look at the people who. Hey, what's up,
T-Rob?
T-Rob? Look at
There
the
you go.
people that are using their distillate
Well,
exclusively.
there it is,
I
right
say,
there. Some MGP, right? There's probably
Yep.
MGP in there already. So
Yep.
they're already getting stuff from them. It wouldn't be
right.
It wouldn't be a bad thing to
Mm.
say, hey,
That's
come
nice.
under
Oh,
this
that's
umbrella.
cool.
That's a newer
We're
bottle.
like a
gonna help
tree.
you with-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're talking West Coast, not necessarily the western side of the country, Smoke Wagon.
They tried to buy Smoke Wagon already, and
Oh,
Anthony
did they?
wouldn't sell it.
Okay.
Yeah,
He-
and well,
what-
that's
that
the
was
thing,
at the
like,
same time that Penelope went. Was
Yeah.
Mhm.
Smoke Wagon had the offer, and he said, "Nope, not going to do it."
Yeah, and yeah, Aaron has has
Aaron,
the
not Anthony.
ownership.
Sorry.
He has all of that. He's got stock. He does what he wants, right? So I personally, I don't think he's a big acquisition risk because I think he enjoys what he does. But I mean, that could be useful for some brands, that it's stock. He's got a good social media presence. I could see that, but I don't think he would do it.
He's his own character too. If they
Yeah.
lost him, like that brand wouldn't do as good, I think.
So bourbon engineers coming here with logic. Come on, Brian.
I mean,
and no,
Brian, if we all pull our money together, maybe we can buy something.
Yeah.
Come on in here, Vic. Where are you at?
I know.
But yeah, no, and Brian's absolutely right. It's there's not a whole lot of capital out there, right? But at the same time, we know these smaller producers are feeling it. So there may be a number of these smaller producers that are feeling it worse than we think. And somebody comes in and says, "Well, hey, look, we'll keep you running. We'll give you X amount of money, and just keep doing what you're doing, right? We'll distribute you." Again, it's the AB InBev, but brought to whiskey, which is what Campari was trying to do with Wilderness Trail, and I think they flopped on that.
I don't know. I think Wilderness Trail is starting to pick back up some momentum, from what I understand.
Well, they are, but that's because they've backtracked on a lot of the policies, right? So, like McBrayer, the judge is distilled at Wilderness Trail, and they had a contract with them. Well, when Campari bought them, Campari said, "Hey, look, you're done. We're not going to distill for you anymore." Right. Well, a short time later, I don't know if it was a year or what. Nick. Yeah, I don't know if it was a year or what. Campari and said, "Hey, look, we want you to come back and start distilling with us more." So Campari reverse course.
Yeah.
So
and Wilderness Trail is getting up there in age now too.
They should be, but I don't know if they are, right? Because we don't see older
I've
picks.
seen some. So I guess this was told outside of anything, right? That there's some picks that have come out from Wilderness Trail at 9 years that are not under their label. So they have some distillate out there that's aged.
Yes, and they I think it was actually the guy at Dark Arts was saying that they did put out a 10-year recently, but it was distillery only. It was small release. Right. So I don't know how much older stock they actually have. Right.
If they had one, they were testing the waters. They're going to do.
Yeah.
It's possible.
What do you think, Jeff? Or are you trying not to?
Other than just trying not to cry.
Holding back the tears.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still devastated by the New Riff comments earlier.
But is it crazy?
Yes.
Is it crazy? No. Is it blasphemy? Yes, it is blasphemy.
Oh.
Seriously,
I mean, it's just a part of the game, though. Like, if we talk about all these whiskey labels, I mean, they trade hands like baseball cards. If you go back 100 years, like we're just now living in the moment of when the trading happens. But they're going to trade across the board.
Trade
I could see with Stoli going bankrupt with who were we talking about a second ago?
Kentucky Owl.
Yeah, Kentucky Owl. Who knows? Maybe they'll redo it with Four Roses, especially with the international market, because that's where Four Roses was at before. It was the international market.
That would just be a really.
And Kentucky is in the name, right? So that's immediately going to have appeal to international markets.
Yep.
Right.
I wouldn't like Stoli to have it because their shit sucks.
All right, get him out of here. He's out. He's
Darrell would love that.
Does anyone know
not the flavored one?
Distillery up there from Diageo with Crown Royal? They shut down one of the distilleries, laid off 250 people.
Man, that's why I hate Diageo. That's just
Cheers,
the
Thomas.
Tuesday. Yeah, cheers, Thomas. Hopefully Duval's doing okay after all the flooding.
Cheers, Mark.
Happy birthday too.
Happy birthday! Yep.
Oh, happy birthday, shit.
But
At least
I mean, Diageo, that's what they do, right? And that's the reason a lot of people who live in Scotland hate Diageo, is because they come in, they buy a distillery, they optimize the hell out of it, and they gut it, and they move on, right? Yeah. And so the second there's a dip, they cut it.
Well, yeah, they're looking for
here's
the bottom line.
The issue. Yeah, so they cut it, but here's the issue with that. They are so huge globally, they just in themselves help control the global market. So that kind of sets a precedent for the global market and what it's doing.
And that's fair. But I don't know. I think that I don't know. I just
Happy
think
birthday, Mark.
they do it
Happy
so
birthday,
regularly that I don't know that it's a huge signal from them, right?
Well, I mean, cutting Canadian whiskey in Canada, that's
well, no,
a
cutting
huge deal.
production though, right? Scotch distilleries do it all the time. They will shut down for a couple of months. And what they'll do is they'll repurpose their distillers are now painters, right? They'll repaint everything and redo.
Oh yeah, they
redo
start
that.
going they start selling to NDPs and all that stuff private.
Well, but even
you know.
before, yeah, exactly. They start selling barrels and things like that,
Yeah.
right? But they'll cut production and do that, right?
Yeah.
So that's not an uncommon thing in the international markets. So I mean, you're not wrong. Diageo doing that is probably a signal, but I hate Diageo, so I don't want to acknowledge them having
I know, man.
momentum.
And I wish somebody else owned, Cascade Hollow.
So they're another one that Diageo has gutted. When we were there was nothing. The fermenters were empty. All of them, everyone empty, and they were.
Well, they went stupid with their damn prices on their stuff. I mean,
well, they did too, but I just feel like that's just Diageo, right? They saw the dip and they cut production. But they did it as like, we're shut down for maintenance. I didn't buy it for a second. I think Diageo said, hey, look, stop until things pick back up or until we get something.
That whole agave thing, I mean, they're hugely part of the lawsuit, right? I mean, they even got Costco wrapped into that shit for the agave that's under Costco for their additives in their spirits. They're going to get hit hard. If they get hit hard, I think some of these other brands are going to pick up in that place because it's already starting to happen. So watching the agave market here, especially because it's really this huge agave place here in Central New Mexico, the footprint, everyone's have increased their footprints on agave spirits versus whiskey. But with that increase of the footprint, it's like what we saw in whiskey. There's a lot more craft distilleries coming out in agave spirits than there was before. And they're starting to fill in those gaps. Like Lost Lore is one of them. Lost Lore is huge. It's going to be super popular very, very quickly. G4 is one. Fortaleza is another one that's like super huge. And from what I understand, the families are all related. Like each family member, it's like Beam, right? Everyone went everywhere to go do their own distillery.
Well, and on the agave mark, right? Southern Collective, they're buying totes upon totes upon totes of agave spirit, right? And technically, they're buying it as tequila, but then they're finishing it in the U.S., so then it's agave spirit. Yeah. And they're doing fantastic things with it, right? They're putting it at a good price. They're releasing it as good proof.
They found really good proof point. What you were saying,
110 plus, yeah.
Well, those Lost Lores I've seen, they have an extra añejo at 100 proof. Or have you ever seen an extra añejo at 100 proof?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm curious if Southern Collective will let it go that far because now they have an añejo for $70 and it's 110 proof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See. Oh. Yeah. So I mean, just a few more months. I don't know what the laws are for extra añejo, but I mean, it's not much.
Are there any for agave spirit?
So for agave spirit, probably not. But I'm sure there's like some rule of thumb of like, what goes in the cask for what length of time.
Right.
Well, I'm sure there's a standard, right? But is it a law?
Yeah, I don't think it's a law. No. So the only laws I know of is like if it's tequila, it has to be in Jalisco region, right?
Yep.
That's about the only one that I know, and they're very strict about that one.
Oh yeah. Well, that's their version of bourbon, right? But yeah, I think you're right. It's a good call. I think a lot of the smart craft producers should go that route, right?
Yeah.
Just find the next thing.
With Diageo losing that, they're going to lose that momentum. The only thing that Diageo does have is they have the money for marketing, and they get the celebrities, right? And that's what people watch on TV is in between their favorite TV show on Netflix or whatever, there's a fucking commercial for some Diageo bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, Doc. Doc had to bring in the fishing.
Plus lures our frustration.
You're gonna trigger Vic into coming in here.
Yeah.
He's trying to. I'm really interested to see what the next year brings, because I think we're going to see some more consolidation. Like right now, I'm fairly certain, like there's a lot of rumors around it, that Limestone Farms is on the bubble. And like they are one that they were pretty far extended, they were building that big facility, and now things are slowing down. So can they keep it up? Right?
I mean, think about like Luca and Mariano too.
They're done too.
Yep.
That's bankrupt.
The other one is Uncle
pretty
Nearest.
much
That's
done.
another one that's going to go away. They're already in trouble,
Well, how can we keep them going? One single barrel at a time.
Right.
Well, I think
the diehards.
The benefits about some of these, so like the
Always
new
keep
riffs and the, those distillers and the blenders, they can paint with a broad brush, right? They have a lot of freedoms. The minute they get bought up by these big companies, all of a sudden now you got a color between the lines. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
They're going to be restricted, and that's I think that's where the business, because they try to keep a model straight across the board, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna put lines in there, and I think that's where things start
That's
to
where
fall
you
short.
saw that happened in with Scotch, right? The past 30 years was you lost a lot of guys who were like making some incredible stuff, and they said, you know what, hands off. They're artists too, scientists and artists, they revolve in that area.
Yeah, I think the key is if they buy it up, leave the people in place if you can, and let them keep doing what they're doing without all the corporate restrictions.
Well, that's what they did with Penelope, right? They're letting those guys do what they need to do.
Well,
but
that's what they did at first. Will they continue to do that in the trough?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the question mark, right? It's easy at the peak to tell people, hey, you carte blanche, keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when it dips, that's when they're going to go to Danny and say, Danny and Mike, and say, hey, well, you can't keep releasing these bottles at this prices. You can't do this. You can't do that. And by this point, Penelope has to be hitting the end of like their bonus period they were in, and so it's going to become less attractive to them at some point. They've already got a bunch of cash, so what's in it for them to keep doing it? And that's another good point, Brian.
Yep.
Store picks. They're certainly they're not nearly as common.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting.
With that, better on the consumer side of the things, because we got higher age statements for lower price. I mean, for real. I mean, it's going to bounce back to that, right? Because they're going to be like, well, this cask was selling for $8,000, and we're going to offer it to you for $4,000.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, already like they're I don't know the current numbers, but I know as of a few months ago, you were seeing 6 and 8 year MGP for a quarter of the price that it was 2 years ago on the barrel market.
Mm-hmm.
A 75% drop in 2 years. If that happens in any other market, that's
well, you can also see like the bullshit that has happened too, and that's where I'll be the villain in that story. Is like the shit was way overinflated. And was it us? Was it the distilleries? I think it had to do a lot with both. Is we hyped up a lot of shit, and
there were a lot
we
of
created that. We helped create some of that monster.
Well, the problem too is if those barrels are going down, but the prices on the shelf's not going down.
Yeah.
So they're going to take advantage, especially if you're struggling. Hey, if I can get this barrel for half what I paid 2 years ago, and I'm still selling it for $80 to $100 a bottle, I'm gonna help close that gap.
Yeah, Bourbon Engineer had a good point too. They're going to be blending in SiBs.
Yeah,
but I mean, they saw that, right? 60s, 70s with the decanter bottles. I mean, there's stuff in there that was probably 14 to 16 years old blended with those bottles.
Mm-hmm.
What you got there, Jeff?
Well, y'all, I hit my time limit. We're about to hit 11. Oh, we just did. So, with that in mind,
there you go.
Nice.
We'll bring it back to hyping the whiskey.
Yeah.
Cause some FOMO here.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
this is the
Limited
next barrel
release.
pick. Coming
Jeff,
out.
Need that sticker. Please
That
put it
is
in
so
there.
wild, man. Dig it.
Precious K.
So put February 4th as a tentative date. That is what we're aiming for. It's going to be $79.99 on shared pour.
Nice.
I think there's about 130-ish bottles to go around.
Yes.
It'll be a collab between Bourbon Trev over at the Bourbon Ranch, Hello Again Whiskey Friends, ourselves, and Dusty Dan. So be looking for more info over the next couple of days. We're all trying to get bottles in with the snowstorm.
Yeah. Well, so based on what you guys were saying, it sounds like you guys hit another one out of the park. So
Yeah, Ed, that it's crazy.
Did someone fart? Did someone fart, or is Darrell thinking about the Still Austin? I'm not quite sure what's bringing tears.
I know,
to his eyes.
right?
No, my eyes are super sensitive, dude. So like, yeah, but yeah, every little like even the lights here bother me, but
well,
it's
cheers
a must.
to you
Everybody.
guys on this.
Cheers,
on this
Jeff.
pick.
cheers,
I'll
Jeff.
catch y'all later.
See you next time.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So-
my eyes killing me.
There's
Yeah, so it's spot on, Henry. Like there's a lot more barrels out there. Honestly, I want to figure out how, as people, we can start buying barrels outright. Right, that used to be the norm. An innkeeper would go and buy a barrel and put it up on the shelf in their inn, and that's what they served. It was the original single barrel, right? It was what they did. That was just how you bought whiskey.
Well, that was in a buyer's market, so
It was, but it was also part of the culture, right? And
Yeah.
wine culture is still that way. I can remember when we went to
that is true. You can
we
buy
went
a
to
whole barrel of
Italy
wine.
in 2016, and in Venice we were buying these. We walked into this little place, and it was technically a wine shop, I guess, but they also made wine, and we were bringing in 1 liter water bottles and getting them filled with this Pinot Netto for like £3, €3.
Beanie.
And
Yeah,
just come on. Like I bring in a plastic bottle and you fill it for me.
Yeah,
for
there you
€3.
go.
It's like, come on, that it doesn't get any better than that, you know?
Right. I mean, yeah, that would be the day. See, I would like to do that for the club. You know, just buy a whole fucking barrel and you fucking tap it and say, hey, you fill up your bottle and go home. But I mean, laws wouldn't allow that these days. But
I mean, they won't today, right? That's not to say there won't be some company that fills the gap, you know?
yeah,
It's like you go through me, I'll buy the barrel for you and sell it to you for X amount more.
No joke.
well, Sam's was it Sam's Costco? I want to say Costco. Going back to JD, they were selling barrels. It was the 94 proof single barrels, but you were buying the whole barrel. And I don't think it was bottled, right?
They were bottled.
They were
Were
bottled.
they bottled?
Yeah.
Same with Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
Eagle Rare was going around Costco for a while like that.
Yeah.
They had the cases of bottles around the barrel and they shrink wrap the entire thing,
Okay.
and you bought it all lock,
Yeah,
stock.
I wasn't sure. I just remember that was the thing, but that's probably going to come back.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
Can you imagine the day when they do that with Stag? It'll never happen.
Right? Yeah. We definitely appreciate everybody hanging out and jumping on for a little bit tonight. I think we're gonna probably call it in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go backstage for a little bit, and then
All right.
call it a night. So
Yeah, the
There
link
you
is
go.
the
y'all
link-
hop on. Yeah, it's always weird, right? In the trough in any market, there's so many people who just want to bail and run, and it's where the money's made, right? Is the troughs.
Oh yeah.
Huh? I mean, that they see the same thing about the stock market. This is just a little more tangible.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
And
there are people
more
that are going
delicious.
to lose out. I mean, there was
Yeah.
a lot of investments made, with a lot of these huge, and you were talking about it, limestone, right?
Oh yeah.
Blue Run.
Blue Run, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
most
they didn't.
Coors
I was
lost
going to
their
say
ass on
they
that.
didn't do what they needed to do with it. They didn't market it. They could have. They could have done
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yeah, Molson. I feel like Molson Coors lost their ass on that deal. I don't
Yeah.
know what they paid or anything, but I have to imagine because they bought at the peak, right? And
Oh yeah. Yep.
that was a brand that was fluff. It's pure fluff.
Well, and it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell 5-year-old whiskey for $100 a bottle.
Well, especially now, everyone.
Well,
Yeah.
it's hard to sell it like that in the peak. It's impossible in the trough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy from Nike that's supposed to be your marketing development guy.
Oh yeah,
A lot
that's one
easier
of
to
those,
sell Nikes than it is whiskey. So,
Well, you didn't see any advertisements for it. You didn't
No.
see people coming on and getting with
mm,
channels like you guys.
that's right.
You
That's right.
didn't see local advertisements. You didn't see reps on the show floor. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of it is. And I think that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
the nostalgia of the whiskey community is at.
Yeah.
Is we want to meet those guys. We want to see them. We want to
Mhm.
interact. And if they're not there,
Yeah.
shit, we ain't buying. There's way more people that are way more involved.
Well, and it was kind of to me, they kind of went in reverse because when they first came out, they came out with all this old stuff, this 13 and 14-year-old stuff, And then after about the first or second drop of that, then everything was like, okay, this is a 5-year, this is a 7-year, It was like,
Well,
they,
you know who else?
I hate to
did
say
that
it like
too?
this, but it's like they shot their load too early, and now.
Well, I mean, look who else did that too. Lucky 7 was one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't heard of many Lucky 7 than younger stuff.
Oh
You-
man,
About the oldest I've seen lately is a 7-year.
when all the 14 years were out
Oh,
on
yeah.
the Lucky 7.
Yep.
I would get no emails. Now that it's slowed down, I get an
Yeah.
email almost once. a
6
week
and
from
7
Lucky
and
7.
5, yeah.
And it's
4-year
good.
rise, and
It's good, but it's when
It doesn't
it's hard
stand
to
out.
compete. Yeah.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't hold up to those older bottles.
Especially when people are expecting a 14-year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You set the bar, you got to meet it.
yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
And I think that's where like New Riff and those guys did it good. Was they're doing their own stuff. They hit a 5, they hit a 6, and then now they're 9 years old, and it's like
Yeah.
they're coming out with some LEs at 9 years old. They got the interest from their diehards.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be really interested to see what the next acquisition is. So I feel like we're at a point where the easy acquisitions are done.
Right.
So the next acquisition or two will really show the direction of the market.
I think that's going to be a regional thing.
Oh shit! Dang it!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of the older Lucky 7s, 10 plus, were
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Especially at the holiday
Well, I got a proprietor 6 here, and it's really good, but
Yeah.
it's hard to buy that against New Riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Especially
we went
when
in,
they don't have the distribution that New Riff has.
yeah.
Correct.
When we were in Liquor Barn, a weekend or two ago now, last weekend, whenever it was, the New Riff 6-year single barrels were on the shelf, and like you haven't seen new riff single barrels at greater than 4 years
Not for
No.
us.
in a while.
We've seen a
Right.
few 5s, but they're few and far between. And I've never seen a 6. So
Jeff sent.
but I do
Jeff
like the
sent-
way they're doing their, they're bringing out, they had the 8-year and now they got the 10-year. And
Yeah.
I think they're moving in the right direction. But yeah, I'd like to get one of those 6. I bet theirs are good.
You know who's doing really good is Pursuit, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they're
Hey.
doing
What's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Doc. I think the
Happy
reason
birthday.
they're doing so well is
Thank
they're happy birthday, man.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
Is their
Who's got a
blending house.
Birthday pour
Mhm.
suggestion. And
Birthday bourbon.
I don't have that. I said that earlier when I had some cake with a Knob Creek.
It's
I was like, oh, this is
Santa
close. Do you guys have any of the picks that's 126? Anything proof 126? Because that's today.
Oh,
126
Oh.
proof.
126.
I
was
know
gonna
I
say,
got
I just thought of that,
that
but I
new
don't know.
4-year Willet is 126, right?
I don't have that.
I know I got
Oh.
126. Question is,
I don't-
have I sent you any of it?
Nah, I don't know if you guys got it. Any of your picks at 126? That'd be coincidental.
126. Let's see.
It's
think
random.
It's probably
Isn't
the
he-
closest at 123.
It's a random way to try and think of a bottle to drink, right? Just come up with the
Right.
proof. Find something that way.
The chosen one's probably the closest at 123.
Bag. Oh well.
I was going to say NBC. If you have any NBC, they might get close to the 126.
Yeah. Sonic Boom is 123.
Okay, this is close.
Chosen one's 126. With the
Uh,
pine. Stag.
It's a Parker's, huh?
23C
Oh, okay.
Oh,
is
well,
125.9.
Oh, that works.
There you go.
125
I mean,
The day isn't over yet, so yeah.
I don't have any 25s. I've never seen a 25. It's yesterday, like 9/10 of the way through yesterday. Is 125.9.
126 is the Elkwood. Nice.
What?
Bourbon Engineer was saying one of their latest Elkwoods was 126.1.
Oh, well, I don't have a sample.
wow.
It's 132, so that's not really going to be a date.
He mentioned the Walleye Run? Was
Yeah,
that?
while I run, maybe.
123 something. I just looked at that, I think. Yeah.
What was the
Yes, it is.
sticky icky?
I don't think it's that high, is it?
Sticky Icky is, I think, a little higher. I think it's 130.
Is it okay?
29.6. 129.6. Not that one.
What you smoking, Ed? We're the only two on here. Well, I think Ethan had a cigar too, right?
Yeah, he does.
What did he have?
He had the Smoky Lizard.
Okay, man, those are some of my favorite ever.
See if someone
Say
would really
Smoky
organize.
Wizard or Lizard?
Lizard.
Year of the
Oh,
Smoky.
okay.
You're the Smoky Lizard.
The Smoky Lizard.
So with everything going on, with like half of the country shut down due to weather, I still got my OGT stuff today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they just
30.
I mean, they just melted out on the 22nd.
I am smoking Fasto Estelli from
Oh, the
Tatuaje?
Tatuaje, yeah. Fausto.
Oh yeah,
There's
Fausto.
one in there.
Yeah, I've got it's in the humidor or the dry box.
it's a shorty for the finish the night out.
Yeah,
I had, I'm having a Veld mutiny.
Nice.
Yeah. So we are going to take it backstage, y'all. Link is
Alright.
pinned. Y'all feel free. We've got 4 spots. If anybody wants to join right after, ping us. We'll send you the link. But yeah, we appreciate everybody popping on and letting us talk about the Still Austin a little bit. Again, like Katie said, look for that info here in the next week or so.
Week
And
and a half.
Yeah. So
No.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, you
cheers,
guys.
everybody.
Cheers, guys. All right, well, 120.